Just arrived and there's a ton of people. So let's see, maybe we get some conversations. Although, from my experience, when there's a lot of people, there's not a lot of people stopping for some reason. But let's see, maybe, you know, things will change today. Hey, you want to try a social experiment? Okay. You guys want to try a social experiment? Hey, LSL. Can you hear me okay? Hey, all animals lovers are vegan. Hey, the LTN. Yes, the sound is good. Nice. Nice to have you. Nice to have everyone here. I like minutes ago I arrived. I set everything up, and it is pretty cold outside. I won't lie. It's like 4 degrees, but there's no wind, so that's pretty good. So it's actually it says it's 4 degrees and feels like 4 degrees, which is not something that happens very often here. So I thought we take advantage of the good weather, quote unquote. Hey, you want to try a social experiment? You okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your name?
Alex?
Alex? Nice to meet you. I'm Chip. Okay, so I'll turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
I think, yeah.
It should be legal?
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
Illegal?
No, legal.
No, I don't think so, no.
Why not?
Because every animal, every species in the world have they deserve to live and things, you know.
So all animals deserve to live.
Yeah,
Okay, so animals should not be abused.
I think so, yeah.
How do you define abuse?
Like doing any harm to them, you know, like they have same instincts, the same human brain, so they feel the same as we do. That's why every time you do something that's harmful, they feel the same way that we are doing, that we do. And
Okay.
I think that could be maybe there could be some other reason that we could follow as a human being
Okay, so we should not abuse cats or dogs?
what?
We should not abuse cats or dogs. What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Yeah, also the same thing. It's like a little bit difficult because it's like we are men and we eat meat and thing. Like we are human or men or women, like we eat meat. But if you ask me a question about animals, as a like someone that have this feeling, then yeah, of course it's a little bit wrong, but.
So, what you're saying is that consuming animal products is wrong because it has some inherent abuse behind it.
What?
Is consuming animal products wrong because there is some inherent animal abuse behind it? And if you think animal abuse is wrong, then surely consuming animal products should be wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you consume any animal products?
Yeah.
So then,
Daily.
can you really be against animal abuse if at the same time you consume animal products, which means you support animal abuse?
Yeah, because we every day we grow, we learn something, and we can change our behaviors. Also, change things we do, you know. And that's why everything that you do today you can quit tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Same like smoking or doing.
But
like
if you
that.
continue doing it, it
Yeah.
means you continue supporting animal abuse, right? So it means you're continuing.
Do you? Do you?
So if
Probably,
you continue,
yeah.
if you continue
If you
consuming
know.
animal products, you continue supporting animal abuse because you give them money to abuse animals, right?
Yes, but some people maybe don't have so much like this. How do you call like let's say they don't know where to buy these other products that's like not meat,
Yeah.
like in a place of meat.
Like plant-based options.
Yeah, and they could be also like more expensive than like normal. So it's more like we could all say no, but I can I cannot just like afford like these products that they are like or the shop is like we're in a difficult place to go.
So
So
going forward, right? Going forward, because maybe you haven't thought about
but
it
you
this
can
way,
choose.
right?
But
But
you
going forward, you yourself has two options, right? You
Yeah.
can either support animal abuse,
Yeah.
or you can choose to stop and go vegan, where you don't participate in any animal abuse
Yeah.
whatsoever, right? What is
I
it
think
that you want to do?
I think it could start like without calling like it's a vegan or meat eating, you know, but we just like teach like I don't know, like we just like start like not to do that, like
Yeah.
not eating
So
much.
I don't
So
care what you call yourself. My question is, do you want to continue supporting animal abuse?
uh no, but I have to like think about it because I really like used to eating meat and like milk drinking, you know, like every
Yeah.
other kid, and it could be like a little bit difficult, but it's not like I would
But
say
you can
no.
find a way, right? Like
Yeah,
you
always,
have a cell phone, right? You have access to the internet. You have
always.
Google. You have ChatGPT.
Yeah,
You have access to so many resources, and I can help you, and I can give you some more resources. But the question is, what do you want to do?
yeah. I need to be more like how could you say like introduced to that lifestyle so I can like more like add it up to my lifestyle. So so then I would know like how all that works and how much calories and is it like protein can I get.
Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Letland, Latvia,
Latvia.
Riga. Yeah,
Okay. Do you live here or do you live in?
I'm living here.
You live here.
Yeah, like kinda.
Yeah. So I mean,
It's
in a supermarket in Alberheim, you have all sorts of options, right?
all sorts of
Like
options, yeah.
it's not that you need special training to know what is plant-based and what isn't, right?
Yes, of course. You cannot like buy, but you cannot buy meat. Yeah, but you can not know what could replace it. You know, you need to have knowledge about like what could replace meat.
So let's say I provide you with that information. Is there anything holding you from stopping supporting animal abuse?
I think yeah, probably yeah, but I think it could be like also like slowly you can go through like
But if
go
you
to
go
that.
slowly, you're still supporting animal abuse, right?
I think so. Yeah, every time you buy
Exactly.
something, yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, but it would be very hard to actually make like this like not happening. Like that would be like impossible because there is like I don't know, men, women all the time eat chicken and everything, you know.
So what you're saying is that
Families like
your
dinner
impact wouldn't be
turkey.
that big because there's so many people consuming animal products, right?
Yeah.
But does it matter if everybody's an animal abuser? Should you also be an animal abuser?
What?
If everybody is an animal abuser, should you also be an animal abuser?
No, yeah, at least you can be like
Exactly,
not
that's one
one
way.
person that is like not doing that, you know, and that's already like step closer to something happening, right?
Yeah, and also
Now
like a lot
I
of
could
people, a lot
really
of
think about that. Uh, it wouldn't be like problem. There is also like pedestrians, yeah, that only eat fish.
yeah.
It's a little bit better than
Any what?
like eat fish.
Fish?
Yeah.
But fish are still animals. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So
But they
fish.
call pedestrians, right?
I don't know. I've never heard of this term pedestrians, but like
Never. Eh?
wh-
They don't eat meat, but they eat like fish.
oh, pescatarians, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still abuse animals. They abuse fish, right?
Yeah. Somehow.
Do you know? For example, let's put it this way: for dairy industry, you know what? You know why cows produce milk?
What?
Do you know why cows produce milk?
No. because of for the babies,
Exactly, for their
for
babies.
feeding
Yeah.
babies.
So what do you think happens in the animal industry, in the animal agriculture, with their babies?
They probably doesn't get the milk and just
Exactly.
use as a product.
Yeah, exactly. So first of all, they get forcefully impregnated. Like literally, somebody puts their hands in their anus, hold their cervix, and injectable semen in their vagina. When the babies are born, they're separated from their mothers, as you said, so that they don't drink their milk.
Yeah.
If the baby is born male, they don't produce milk. So what do you think happens to them?
Also, so they are not like animals supposed to like live like it's like only like as a product.
Yeah, they get killed.
Killed. Yeah.
And a female, same fate as their mother, year over year forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years, when the farmer can no longer impregnate them with ease, and then they all get killed. And they can live up to 25 years. So
Yeah,
a quarter of their life spent being used as products, and the rest being killed. It's the same in almost every corner of animal agriculture that you look at is kind of like this. So
yeah.
the question is, do you want to keep supporting them? Do you want to keep giving them money to do this to animals? Because maybe a lot of people will continue doing it, but you can vote with your money, right? Like you can vote and say I'm against it and show that you're against it, because if you say you're against animal abuse but at the same time you pay for it, are you really against it?
Yeah, you are not probably because you still eat.
Exactly.
But uh, at least we can think about that and put
Yeah.
maybe somewhere in our mind like as a possibility too.
So I'll just ask you one final question. How many more animals should be exploited for you before you make this change?
What?
How many more animals should be exploited for you before you make this change?
I think none.
None. You gotta
And
go
we
vegan for
could,
that. Yeah.
Like we could like make change right now, you know.
I appreciate that. Hey, I'll give you a flyer. It will help you. You have some resources there. Here you go.
Okay.
And you know what? I have a pen right here. I'll write down one thing. Let me write it down over here. There's a thing called Challenge 22. If you Google Challenge 22, they
Yeah.
hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan.
Okay.
It's all free. You just gotta want it. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't let any more animals be exploited for you. Okay?
Yeah.
You seem like a compassionate person.
Okay.
Have a good one, man. Hello, everyone. Oh, nice. The chat is fuller. How is everyone doing? Good grief, the immaturity and fragility. Yeah. So, hey, Martin, nice to see you. Hello, Linda. So, I think that was a decent conversation. Hello, everyone. If you're just new here, we're sitting on the street of Amsterdam in front of the museum square. The sun is coming right from that direction, right? So it's not the best view, but it will set in like 20 minutes maximum. We're here we're doing a social experiment where we'll trying to get people to have a conversation with us. We'll ask them some questions that will challenge them, challenge their beliefs, and see if they're logically consistent with their own beliefs. And I have a suspicion that most people will not be logically consistent. Corey asks, how cold is there? It is like 4 degrees today. It's not that cold when it's sunny like this right now. It's actually quite nice. It's doable. Not even my feet are frozen yet. 4 degrees Celsius. It is, but there is no wind, which is very unusual to the Netherlands. So it says in the weather app, it said 4 degrees Celsius and feels like 4 degrees Celsius, which it doesn't happen very often. SHVM says, I am a cannibal. Okay. So you exploit and slaughter humans. I understand that. That's what you're saying, SHVM. Norris says, go home. Yeah. Norris, no, I prefer to spend my time trying to speak up for the defenseless and trying to make things, right. I stand for justice. It's okay if you do not stand for justice. That's fine. Some people are like that. Some people only stand for justice when it affects them, right? That's the truth, right? Like most people will say, "Oh, I am all for justice," but they will continue. They will go on and perform the worst injustice that they do, which is taking innocent, defenseless creatures and using them as objects and killing them just because they have power over them. So yeah. You guys want to try a social experiment? Go make some hot cocoa honey. No, I don't exploit bees. I'm sorry. If I would make some hot cocoa, I would make it without the use of honey. There is no need for honey when you can easily just use any other sweetener. I mean, to me, honey is like the most ridiculous thing. Like you have so many other sweeteners that are there's almost no difference between them. So for you to choose to exploit bees is like you're either a pseudoscientific quack where you think that honey has some special capabilities, or you just simply don't care about animals. And yeah, some people are like that. Where are you located, noob? I am located right now in Amsterdam. I am in Amsterdam right now. Siama. Hey, Siama. Oh, wait. It seems like the phone is not charging. Let's, give me 1 second. I have to fix this. Okay, it is charging. Hello. You want to try a social experiment? Does he speak English?
Yeah, a little bit.
You want to try a social experiment? What do you think about animals? What do you think about animals? That's a dog and that's a cat. Do you like animals? Yeah? Do you think it's okay to hurt animals?
Moet je diertjespijn doen? Nee.
No. When we buy animal products, we hurt animals. You know, animals just like cats, just like dogs. All animals deserve to live and be free, you know, just like us. No worries. Have a good one. Paulo says, go straight for the children. He's one of them. You would be surprised to find out that he actually came to me. He's with his family. So, what? Should I not talk to children? Is that what where you're at? I don't have a problem talking to children. I don't have a problem talking to anybody, really, except for people who don't really speak the same language as me. That's a problem because you can't really communicate. Soul Rebel says, Russia. Where you at, bruh? I am in Netherlands, in Amsterdam right now. That's where I'm at. Linda says, I am terrified of people. Linda, I get you. I get you. I very much, I actually was a lot of the same before starting to do activism. I was very terrified of people. But you learn to realize that most people are, you know, cowards, in the sense that that's why most people, you know, they harm the defenseless, because if it were somebody who could defend themselves, they wouldn't bother, right? And most people are pretty decent people. They're not gonna harm you. If you speak nicely to people, nobody will be in any way other than nice. That's what I am. I'm a pretty nice person. I try to talk to people. I try to explain the situation and hopefully getting them to change a little bit of their perspective. Who knows? And yeah, you guys watching, maybe you should also think about changing a little bit if you're not vegan already. You guys want to try a social experiment? John Jones, what's the challenge, vegan? You'll see what the challenge is. But yeah, thank you for being here, Mr. John Jones. George, eat more meat, says. George, I will eat more plant-based meat. Sure. Thank you for that. Thank you for that reminder. I will try to incorporate more plant-based meat in my diets. Thank you. Die radicale veganer. Hey, Alexandra is here. Hello, Alexandra. Mushrooms are very meaty. Oh, there you go. Mushrooms are very meaty. Last time I saw you, you were an arrogant vegan. You guys want to try a social experiment? Last time you saw me, I was an arrogant vegan. Funny. Well, I'm still vegan. Maybe I'm also still arrogant if you see me that way. Hey, you guys want to try a social experiment?
Yes.
You okay being live on my YouTube channel?
I'm okay with it.
Okay. Well, what's your names?
My name is Gwen.
No,
Say it again. Wait.
Gwen.
Gwen. Okay.
Nordinho.
Nordinho. Okay. Where are you guys from?
I'm from around here, Netherlands.
Yeah, from down south, like Roermond.
Okay.
It's like 2 hours away with train, but still Netherlands, yeah.
Okay, love it. Okay, I'll ask you. What's your stance on oppression?
Oppression in what kind of sense?
Like, so oppression means cruel or unjust treatment or an exercise of authority, right? It means basically having power and abusing power.
Yeah.
Are you for it? Are you against it?
Like oppression in a political way or more like...
Just in general, like let's say it's oppression also when somebody with power takes somebody else without power. Let me ask it this way. Should the powerful, somebody who has power, have the right to oppress somebody without power?
I think in this kind of setting, like peaceful setting, no. In war setting, like, let's say, in general,
We talk
I'm
about
always
individuals,
against it.
by the way.
Yeah. In general, I'm always against it.
Yeah.
But I see, like, I have my own company, and sometimes there's a lot of stress, and then I'm the guy in power.
Yeah.
And I just say, okay, I know you don't like it, but now some things have to be done, so you're gonna do this, and then you can come with the complaints after, but it's the best right now, and then we can think about it later. So in
But that's
that
not
kind of-
necessarily oppression,
Okay,
right?
no, that's-
Oppression involves some form of cruel or unjust treatment,
no,
right? This isn't unjust necessarily,
exactly.
right? Exactly.
Then I'm against it.
You're against it. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, exactly. Like everything, I'm very much against injustice, so I don't like oppression at all.
Okay,
Like,
so when we say that if the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless, we say no.
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so that means that the powerful have the obligation to not oppress the powerless, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what if the powerful get some benefit from it? Should they have the right?
No, I don't. If they are benefiting from the not powerful ones, I don't think they should.
Okay. Okay. What if the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed?
I think that's in most cases the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
That people don't, because a system is built up in a way. And as long as the powerless are being kept happy, healthy, fed, like that kind of shit, then
I like that.
you won't come, they won't make a revolution and everything. Like,
Yeah.
for example, in
Maybe
history.
they just can't, you know? Maybe
or
they're
they
powerless,
can't.
they can't.
They
It's
don't have
probably
anything.
the most peaceful way of oppression, but it's still oppression, so it's still wrong.
Exactly. Okay. So then my final question, how do you feel about the animals that we force into slaughterhouses for us? Do you think we're oppressing them?
I'm vegetarian, so I'm against. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you feel?
It's, yes, it is oppression.
Yeah.
And that's where the how do you say, the morally gray comes in.
Is it morally gray? Because I would say, can you be against oppression when you
Without
support
being,
it?
yeah, exactly. Without being against the oppression of animals.
Exactly,
And being
yeah.
forced into slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because in this situation, I am the powerful.
You're the oppressor. Yes.
Exactly, and you don't want to lose the benefit that you get from
Exactly.
it. That's the thing, and they are like the powerless. They can't speak. They can't do anything for themselves. They're
There
being
you go.
forced,
You got it.
unjust. So, and yeah, it is a thing that I've been struggling with, especially
Yeah.
now. We haven't been a couple for that long, and she's vegetarian, and my family is very meat oriented. We like to eat steak and everything. But it is still, yeah, it is. It is a. I'm also like, I know it is, and I can't. Yeah, of course, me myself, I can do something about it. But with animals that die, like if a cow is just being grass fed on the thing, and then he dies from natural causes, just of age, then I'm okay with using the meat, but not like
Would you say the same thing about a human being who is dying of natural causes? Would you be okay with eating them?
Measured op
That's-
vliegtuig.
yeah, that's more. I think that's a mental block.
Yeah.
It's just wrong. It's the same as that a cow won't eat a cow because a cow knows it's a cow,
Yeah.
and it's the same with humans. I don't. It feels wrong.
It feels wrong.
It
yeah.
is wrong.
Because we've been
So-
taught that it's wrong, right?
Exactly. For me, it's
But let's put it this way: if it were a dog died, would you
Mhm.
eat them? If your dog dies, would you eat them?
no,
No.
no.
But is there a difference between dogs and cows that justifies the difference in treatment?
Upbringing,
Up.
because
Say it again.
upbringing or how do
Upbringing,
you say
okay.
it, normals and values. Like in India, cows are holy, so they won't eat cows. But,
But these are
maybe
values we give them, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there any difference between them? Like is there, because obviously to you there
Mhm.
could be a difference between a cow and the dog, but to me there isn't.
Yeah.
So I'm asking, is there an objective difference, like a difference
No.
between them? No.
I don't see it.
No. Okay, I like that. So why are you vegetarian?
Mainly, I didn't like meat that much at the beginning, and then I started eating it less because I also felt like it was just I wasn't gonna force myself to eat an animal if I'm not even comfortable with eating animals. And then I started eating less and less, and at one point I was just like, just felt wrong eating meat. Like, for example, we had like my mom made like a bunny to eat, and my friend had like a bunny at home, and to me it felt very weird that why would I eat a cow but I won't eat a bunny.
Yeah.
So then it felt like if I don't eat the bunny, then I'm also not gonna eat the cow, and I'm also not gonna eat the chicken. So I'm not gonna eat meat.
Because it's wrong to use animals as objects,
Yeah.
to kill them, to do all this to them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I must say I'm not against people who eat meat at all, because I feel like it's also like a natural thing. Like a lion will also eat an antelope, but it's just like in this society, I feel like people eat way too much meat. Like also if you look at our grandparents, I was talking to them last like Christmas, few days back. They were talking about when they were younger, they would eat meat like once a week.
Yeah.
But now it's nothing special anymore. It's like people just, it's so common to just kill animals that much, and people eat it way too much. That's more my thing with eating. Like I don't mind people eating meat. I don't prefer it myself, but like I get why people want to eat it. But it's just the amounts that people eat. That
Regardless, right? Like, do you consume any animal products like cheese or dairy or stuff like that?
yeah, I do consume animal products like eggs, dairy.
Do you know what happens to dairy cows? Do you know anything about dairy cows and the dairy
I
industry?
worked at a dairy farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, I can't say it for in general, but
Yeah.
the farm where I worked, they were being treated really respectful and nice, and like, I had to clean the stalls, feed the cows, feed the.
How many males were there?
I don't know.
Yeah, none.
Never discussed it. I know there was at least one,
Yeah, who gets?
but exactly
yeah.
that was the one that was, how do you say it? My English is failing me right
But,
now.
That's okay, I get it. But like the whole point is that these cows are still forcefully impregnated. Like somebody literally puts their hands in their anus, hold their cervix, inject blood semen in their vagina. I can show you what that looks like because I have footage on me. When the babies are born, they get separated from their mothers because they
Yeah.
would drink their milk,
Exactly.
right? And the milk has to go for sale. That's
I've
already
never
already
thought
messed.
about that part because now that I think about it, like the females were separated from the calves.
Exactly.
It were,
Which
and
is
of
messed
course,
up, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
why do we do
I
that?
worked there when I was 13, so it was like, oh yeah, fun cows.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, can I ask
Exactly.
you a question?
Yeah,
Because
sure, but let me just finish
Oh,
this
sorry.
and then
Yeah,
you
okay.
can ask me a question. So, if they're born male, they get killed. It's as easy as that because they don't produce milk.
Right.
So they either get grown up to a year and then they get killed, or a lot of the times they just get killed straight away. They get sent to a slaughterhouse, or in like I think 5 years ago in the Netherlands, it was found that 1,200 dairy farms were just letting them starve to death, which is even worse.
that's
right.
horrendous.
And it's in the Netherlands where the
Yeah, yeah.
highest their high
Yeah.
standards of right. And after if they're born female, year-over-year forceful impregnation like their mothers, for 6 to 8 years, after which they're called spent, because they can no longer be impregnated with ease, and farmers can't afford to keep them for another year because that would mean feeding them, and that wouldn't be profitable to them. So then they kill them, and they can live up to 25 years. So they live what, a third, a quarter of their
Yeah,
life,
for
and
their
then they get killed. So even when you consume dairy products, you're still supporting basically exactly the same system of exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of animals.
Never thought about like.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
became vegan,
Yeah.
because I was vegetarian also, but
And
then I became
especially because I work at the farm and I just see like, oh, the farmer that I work for, he treats them nice and respectful and everything, but never thought about the whole process
Yeah,
behind it. And now
exactly.
that you say things, I begin to, I'd say, connect the dots of certain things.
Yeah, because you have seen this probably
Exactly.
on the farm.
I've
Yeah,
seen it.
I've never realized like what they're doing with the male cows, because like I knew about the calves being kept away from their mom, but then again I went to a farm a few times and they all were near the moms, like they would let the calves near the moms. It was like a more friendly farm.
There's farms where they let them drink a little bit of milk, but they still take them away almost always. They
Yeah.
have to separate them because they don't want to drink too much milk, right? Like
Yeah,
again,
that was-
most of the milk is for consumption, for human consumption.
Yeah, that was what the guy did with our work. He kept like some milk separate, and that I had to feed to the calves every
Yeah.
morning. But it was like, yeah, just the amount that he wanted.
Exactly.
calves.
Yeah, because they don't. Basically, what you see in animal agriculture is that none of these animals have body autonomy. None of them get to decide what they eat, what they do, or anything about themselves. They're born, they're forced into existence. Well, pretty much everybody's forced into existence, but in a sense that their parents didn't decide that they want to have a baby, but rather somebody, a farmer. Oh,
It's really stupid.
damn. Thank you. But rather, a farmer actually forcefully impregnated them, then the baby's taken away. So, like, of course, all of us value body autonomy because we have it, right?
Exactly.
But
Because we're the oppressor.
why would we
know,
assume? Yeah, why would we assume that animals don't want body autonomy, right? Like all animals, if you put them in a cage, they want to be free. We have the same instincts, we have the same wills, and cows are just big dogs. They literally have a personality. They have zoomies.
They do.
You throw a ball, they bring it back.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. You
I
also
know,
need-
yeah.
Yeah. So then, is it justified for us to consume animal products when we have readily available options? Because we have so many available options nowadays in supermarkets and everywhere.
I would say consuming animal products in a world where it wouldn't be that cruel, yes, but like what you're making us aware of, it feels wrong.
Yeah. And pretty much like that's okay, right? Like you can see it that way, but the reality is in pretty much any world, using somebody against their consent would be wrong, right? Including an animal. And animals cannot consent, and therefore we shouldn't force consent onto them, right? Like we shouldn't say you can't consent, therefore I just assume you want to do. It's but hey, at least you think what it is now it's wrong because
You made some things clear.
yeah.
Again,
Oh my
the
God.
sample size.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Can you hold this for a
I
second?
can.
You can actually just add, you had a question that you wanted to ask.
Yeah, I did.
Regional?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You have that it has to be at a certain position and only
Yeah,
then.
it's not a very good cable, no. Okay, it's charging. It's charging.
It's
Okay,
charging.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Okay.
I
you
had
a-
like one question because I see some people make a difference between it, but now that you made like something's clear, I think there's less of a difference.
Yeah.
Some people are like, yeah, I am against eating cows, like livestock, for example, but
Yeah.
they're not against eating fish and like being pescatarian.
Yeah.
What's your stance on that?
So I believe that if an animal is sentient,
Mm-hmm.
that means that they have a subjective experience. That means they're the subject of their own universe.
Mm-hmm.
If they have a personality, if they have a will to live, if they have emotions and they feel
Mm-hmm.
pain, then we should not exploit them or use them in any way because they're just like us. That
Yeah,
means they're
exactly.
just not as intelligent as us, or maybe they're. I wouldn't
Intelligent,
even
but
say they're
another
not.
system.
I would say they have different types of intelligence,
Exactly.
not as intelligent as us, right? Like we have just a more, we have a better intelligence for using tools.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask anybody on the street, because a lot of people bring up, yeah, but humans, look what impressive things humans have created. But nobody can actually build all the impressive things that
No.
humans
No.
has created,
But
right?
you can also say like, for example, like a blue whale, it knows the exact routes that it has to go, exact points it has to avoid.
They're very intelligent. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's the same, but in a different world,
Exactly.
for example.
Yeah, exactly. So, I appreciate you stopping by. I'm just gonna start with the hard question now. How many more animals should be exploited for you before you make a change?
It's a very
It's gonna
hard
be a hard
question.
thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
get.
Because
I
I
get it.
think, at least in my experience, changing from eating meat to being vegetarian, I also think from going vegetarian to maybe vegan or completely switching is a process. Like, it's hard if you do it from like one point on, like from today to tomorrow. You shouldn't do it. You're not gonna, hoe zeg je dat, volhouden,
You're not gonna.
endure.
You have the end. Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna have the endurance, I think. So it's like a process, probably. Like you're
Depends
gonna
on how
like,
you want to see it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you take it as a process, while you're in that process, other animals still get exploited for you, right? And to that one animal, let's say when you finally stop, that one animal that you finally bought that one product, I don't think to them it matters whether you're just stopped or not. To them, it
No.
matters that they got sent into a slaughterhouse, that they got put in those situations, right? So if you think about the whole context of it, it's like it doesn't have to be a process. Because, by the way, being vegan is not about a diet or anything, right? Like, I don't really care what you guys eat at the end of the days. Being vegan means opposing the exploitation of animals, means not using animals as resources, as objects, because they're individuals. They're just like us. They all deserve body autonomy, at least, right? Because that's what I've been talking about. So you're not really respecting their body autonomy, even if your intention is to eventually stop it, right? So, of course, a journey towards stopping
Yeah.
is better than nothing. I'll just say it that way. Just keep in mind that if you do decide to take it as a journey, more animals will be exploited for you, you know? So how do you feel about it?
Yeah, it feels, but it is. I know it just in my head because it feels like going from now not running to running a marathon tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it is the same as like stop wearing these shoes.
Exactly.
It's just not buying the products and just buying alternatives, and it's easy as that, and just throw out the things that you have.
You don't have to throw them out, right?
Or-
Like you can just
Yeah,
you
because
can
they're
just-
already.
yeah, exactly.
It's already. It sounds wrong to say, but it's already exploited.
Yeah, exactly. It's
It's-
the whole point is not creating more demand for
Exactly.
it, right? That's the whole point of it. And of course, if you feel uncomfortable, yeah, throw it away, right? Like I personally would feel uncomfortable, even if I were to find like some animal products right now, I would never consume them because I would feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
about the whole idea. But when I went vegan, I still had some yogurt, some cheese, something in the fridge, some eggs, and I didn't throw them away. I just ate them and then never bought them again. And actually, I took advantage of the situation because I had this 1 week period where I just literally went to the supermarket and bought all the products that I could that were replacement, and I tried to find the ones that work for me best, right? And it worked because I never bought a product again, and afterwards I found exactly the products that worked for me, and it was honestly it was easy. It's just like an adjustment period where you're like,
Yeah.
because your mind, when you go into a supermarket, you don't really think, you just kind of buy the same things you normally
Exactly.
buy, but so it takes a little bit of adjustment there, but then it's exactly the same thing.
right. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, let me give you some resources to help you. Oh, it's charging. Yes. When
Yeah, that will.
I had a pen, but I don't have a pen anymore. So then.
I have a pen,
Oh, you have a pen.
and you can keep it if you want.
I don't know what I did with mine. Oh, I found mine. I found
Oh.
mine. I found mine. Never mind. But that's very nice of you. I appreciate it. So I'll give you both one card. This is an organization I sometimes do activism with. It's called We the Free. I'm not with them right now. It's just that I have their cards. If you go on this website and type in this code VPLYT, you have several resources to help you there.
Okay.
There's a thing called Challenge 22.
Do you have another card that she can?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Wait,
also
I'll
cannot
give you one card also. Yeah, of course. I have plenty of cards. No need to. There you go. P. Sorry for my weird handwriting.
It's
It's
alright, we can compare them.
yeah.
We have doctor's handwriting, so no problem.
Oh, okay. Are you guys doctors?
We are
Not
studying
yet.
to
Oh,
become.
you're studying.
You're studying
Nice,
to
nice,
become.
Still have a long way to go.
Nice. Well, I'm actually studying to be a certified nutritionist, and I can tell you, you can get absolutely 100% the nutrition you want or need from a plant-based diet. There's no need for anything else. You have there a thing called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you vegan recipes every day. For 22 days, they help you go vegan. It's free. You might need to set it to English though, because I think if your phone is set to Dutch, it will come in Dutch.
okay.
If your phone is set to Dutch, it might come in another language. There's even 24/7 coaching to help you for free. Somebody will log in on a Discord server and help you, personalized help. And there's one cool thing that I recommend you guys watch, which you will enjoy it. It's a speech. It's called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. It's kind of like what we discussed, but it explains eggs also, honey.
Explains them more detail.
Yeah,
how
yeah,
they're-
yeah. And
everything's
it's not
mixed,
necessarily, there's maybe from time to time they show some gruesome content, but it's mostly just like a guy holding a really good speech.
Yeah.
And I think he has some things here and there that aren't 100% scientific about what he says, but overall the speech is great and it's worth watching just at least for that, you know.
I will watch it.
Okay, I
think-
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for having this conversation with me, and have an awesome vegan life. Okay, don't no more animals exploited. Bye. Awesome people, huh? Awesome people. There you go. That's how you have a conversation. Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome. I hope you have subscribed if you haven't subscribed already. Martin says, great outreach tip. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good one. Ovidio Marian says, I need some steak and McDonald's, okay? Ovidio, I don't think you need it. I think you want it. I think you need to understand. But I understand that you're Romanian. It's a little bit difficult because in Romanian, when we say I need it, we actually mean I want it. But yeah, because I'm also Romanian, so I understand that. They're willing to listen and are not making excuses, says Verdant. Yeah, don't forget to like, everybody, says Daniel Broccoli. Thank you so much for reminding. Yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. If you're new here, this is what we do. We have conversations with people. We try to get them to go vegan. We try to have good conversations. We're respectful. And hey, if people are... What I'm going to do today is if somebody is not being genuine, then I'm going to try to show the logical inconsistencies in his own view. I think that would be the good thing to do. So, yeah, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, baby. We're gonna get more of this. This is the second time we're doing this week, and we're gonna do it again. Hi, you wanna try a social experiment?
Yeah, sure.
You okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, I don't mind, I guess.
Okay. Oh, wait. Can you come closer so that you're in view?
Yes.
What's your name?
Ursula.
Ursula, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Likewise. I'm from Croatia.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
I mean, if a pet is misbehaving at the start, like when you just get a pet, and like example, we had a rabbit, so like it would bite cables, but like biting the cable can kill it. So I mean, Eastern European mindset, but like okay, if you just slap the animal, but like obviously not too harsh, I think it's fine. Like as a obedience measure, but like actual
Just slap a child as an obedience measure.
not a child, but like the pet.
So okay, well, why? So wait, a pet, right? A
Yeah.
pet would chew on a cable.
Yes, I mean it can kill them.
It can kill them. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're trying to discipline them,
Yes,
and you're saying it's okay to discipline them by slapping them.
I mean yeah, but it's not like they're gonna bleed or die. It's just like a gentle slap, you know.
Okay, and would the same apply to a child,
I mean, I look.
right? Because
I
a
guess
child
so,
would have
yeah.
the same. Okay.
No, yeah. I mean, look, I come from Eastern Europe, and my
Same.
mindset is that okay, I don't see anything wrong with hitting a child when they're growing up. Like if they're really misbehaving, okay, sometimes that's just the only way. You
I
know?
can explain to you why that's wrong, but let's go on with this, and
Yeah.
then I'll explain to you why that's wrong. So, otherwise, in other situation, when it's not for their own benefit, when it's for your own benefit,
Yes.
do you think abusing an animal is okay when it's for your own benefit?
No.
No. Okay. So it's wrong to do that to cats or dogs. What
Yeah.
about cows, chickens, pigs?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay. Do you think when we buy animal products, there's some inherent animal abuse behind it for our own benefit?
I mean, do you mean like skin cosmetics or medicine?
Skin cosmetics, medicine, clothes.
I mean, I think
food,
medicine is
all
kind
of
of
it.
a necessary evil, but skin cosmetics definitely can be avoided. Because I personally am vegetarian and I'm trying to like what's it called, like, I mean, I won't lie, like, I'm not the best with this cruelty-free stuff, but, you know, like, I try, I guess, but trying to explain that to everyone is kind of harder.
Why are you vegetarian?
I just don't like the taste of meat.
You don't like the
Like,
taste of meat, okay.
one day, honestly, just hit me that I'm eating meat, and I was like, this is kind of weird. And yeah, I mean, once or twice per year I eat because, like, yeah, I just feel like it. But
So it's nothing to do with the animals themselves. It's just your
kind
own
of,
feeling
yeah.
towards
But I
it.
mean, I also feel bad for the animals, but it's just a weird feeling eating meat. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think there's some unfairness happening when we force animals into slaughterhouses for something that we don't need?
I mean, yeah, of course, overconsumption is an issue.
But any consumption, right? Like, I don't mean overconsumption. Literally, one person in this whole world killing one animal in this whole world to eat them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be wrong towards the animal, given that that person doesn't need to do that they have readily available options?
I mean, yeah, I think it shouldn't be a thing. You know, I think, like, if personally in this case scenario, I really appreciate a halal way of killing animals, where, like, they will still eat the animal, but that animal will live a nice life, and they will use up all the ingredients that the animal produces. So I think if somebody really wants to eat meat, that should be the way to do it.
So, by the way, halal just means that they cut their throat without stunning them before that.
I mean, not really. It also means that the animal has lived a long life.
Oh no! They still kill those babies.
I
They're
mean,
killed.
yeah, but-
They're killed at a fraction of their lifespan. Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, they're living in a nice environment.
Okay.
Like in the farms, and they're, like, how do you say, like, free ranging and all of that stuff.
So do you think it's not abusive to take an animal that at the fraction of their lifespan and force them into a slaughterhouses for something that is optional to us, regardless of what happens in that slaughterhouse, regardless of how they get killed?
Sorry, can you repeat? I lost.
Do you think it's not abusive when we
Yes.
force an animal into a slaughterhouse for something that is optional to us, regardless of how the animal was kept, regardless of... No, it's not?
No, I don't think it's like it's fair. It shouldn't happen. It's abuse, 100%. Like,
It's abuse,
for
right?
forcing an animal into a slaughterhouse, yeah, it's abuse. But, like, I don't know what to tell. It's this complex issue which silly me cannot really solve. You know, that's just my opinion. That currently it's a necessary evil, but if it really has to happen, it should happen in the most ethical way possible. But
Yeah.
obviously,
I understand what you mean, that it's something that a society does and you can't really solve it yourself.
Yes.
But what you can do is choose not to be part of it, right?
yes,
Right. So in that sense, when you say because you said you eat meat a couple of times per year.
Yes.
Those couple of times when you eat it, one animal is forced into a slaughterhouse for you.
yes.
So it happens because of you.
Yes.
Right. So do you think that it's important that you also don't do that, because otherwise you would still be an animal abuser even if you do it once a month or once a week, once a year? Sorry.
I mean, I think that I at least try to be aware of it, and I try to do as much as I can. And I think that it's better that I at least try to do something, and this, like, once or twice times per year that I eat it, I don't feel as guilty maybe as I should be, quote unquote, because at least I'm trying, you know. Like, it's better than nothing. It's better than...
But if I were to beat my wife every day, but then all of a sudden I said I'll only beat her once a year when it's her birthday or something, doesn't really matter, right? Wouldn't I still be a wife beater? Wouldn't I still be that one person who
mean-
does something that isn't really needed? Sure, it's better than every day, but for her, she still gets beaten, right?
Yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, I don't have the money to afford nice, ethical killed meat, quote unquote. So,
So then don't
like-
have any meat.
Sorry?
So then don't have any meat.
I mean, yeah, I don't need to, but I
Since
don't
you
think...
only say you consume it a couple of times per year, it feels like obviously you don't need it. You just do it because you want it.
I mean, yeah, I do want it once or twice per year, but I don't think I should feel guilt-tripped in a way that, like, okay, yeah, I'm eating once or twice per meat, an animal has been slaughtered. Yeah,
I'm
I
not
feel
telling you what to
bad.
feel, by the way, right now.
No,
I'm
I
just,
understand,
I'm just
yeah.
trying to explain to you that even that once or twice per year, one animal still gets killed for you. And let's talk about, like, dairy. Do you consume any dairy products?
Kefir from Albertijn.
Yeah. Do you know what happens to dairy cows? Do you know anything about their life?
I have no clue, but I know the Albertijn Kefir actually says that the cows are, like, free-ranged and they walk around, like, I don't know exactly, but
Let me show you, because I have specifically for free range, exactly. What happens to cows, to dairy cows specifically. I'll just give me a second. So this is dairy cows. So I'll just put it this way. So maybe
Maybe she shouldn't watch.
I see a young.
I don't want to. She
Okay.
has her own issues already.
So what happens right now is the farmer is preparing to forcefully impregnate them.
Okay.
He's putting his hand up the anus of the cow to hold their cervix,
Okay.
and then they're gonna inject bull semen in her vagina, as you can see it right now.
Okay.
So this is one part of it, right? Because they have to have a baby in order to produce milk.
Okay.
After 9 months, it takes about 9 months for the baby to be born. And what do you think happens to them?
I mean, probably killed.
Well, the first thing is they get separated from their mothers so that they don't drink the milk.
Yeah.
And yeah, if they're born male, they don't produce milk. So then they get killed, indeed.
Yeah.
If they're born female, the same fate as their mother, year over year. Forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years when farmers can no longer justify keeping them alive because they can't impregnate them with ease.
Yeah, I understand.
They're called spent there. They literally call them spent. And then they all go to a slaughterhouse. And they can live up to 25 years. So a third of their life, a quarter of their life spent being used as,
Yeah, I understand.
as milk machines and then killed. Do you think that's fair towards them?
No, I don't think that's fair, but at the same time, I think there's currently right now way bigger issues at hand that need to first be fixed, and then we can focus on animals because people.
Like what other issues are there?
I mean, genocide. Pretty much.
Are you supporting genocide?
No.
But you're supporting this.
I mean, currently, I would put more focus on people than I would on animals. Yes.
That's okay, but like you can
Yeah.
put your focus throughout the day, right? But when you choose to consume any animal product or to choose to buy clothes or choose to buy cosmetics or whatever it is that you're giving your money to, you can choose to not give your money to somebody who abuses animals, like
I mean,
no
yeah,
animal
of
products,
course.
right?
Yeah.
Like in that sense. So it doesn't mean that throughout your day you have to do anything other than, especially the bare minimum you can do is not support their abuse, their use as objects, right? So in that sense, when you will buy an animal product, you will support it. So how do you feel you want to do? Do you want to continue supporting this animal abuse or do you want to stop? And I understand in the past it's been what it's been, because maybe you weren't aware of it. But now that I show it to you and we're having this conversation, I'm curious does that make you want to change or do you want to continue supporting this form of animal abuse?
I mean, I don't want to support it, but currently, within my budget and within my opportunities, I cannot obviously be fully ethical. So, I mean, I cannot. I really have to eat. So, like, I like.
But you don't
kefir.
have to eat animal products.
No. I mean, like, example, if I really want kefir, I don't think there's anything bad with me wanting kefir right now.
Well, you are supporting animal abuse when you're buying kefir.
But well, in that sense, yeah. But at the same time, I'm trying not to eat meat, and I'm still trying like to get cruelty-free products. So I'm still trying something. It's
Of course,
not
and
like
that's
I'm,
great. But
Yeah.
to that animal that goes into a slaughterhouse for you, do you think they care that you're trying everything else? They care that you sent them to the slaughterhouse, right?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Right. So then, how can you justify? Like, I'm just questioning. Like,
No, it's
how
not justified.
it's not justified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
just something necessary. Like it's not good, but like currently, my mind is like focused on other things, and I'm doing as much as I can within my mental availability of being able to do such things.
I understand that and I
Yes.
appreciate that, but keep in mind that genocide and all of this, they're all just the same, two sides of the same coin. When we support animal abuse and we're being ignorant or we're being apathetic towards it, we're the same as the people who are ignorant or apathetic towards genocide. Because these beings, these beings are sentient. They have emotions, they have feelings, they feel pain. They're the subjects of their own universe. They're very much like us in absolutely all the ways that matter. And when we say that it's okay for us to pay for them to be exploited and used and killed, we're basically just as much saying as it's okay for us to
Yeah.
support genocide, right?
I mean, I understand your point of view, but I personally value human life more than animals, and I don't think they're currently the same. And I think, again,
but what is it the difference that justifies genocide for one but not the other?
honestly, I mean, I'm very much closer to the human beings, and I think the thing that differentiates us from animals is that we have conscious. Yeah, I'm not saying that
Animals
humans
also have
don't have.
conscious,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, I
Consciousness.
don't mean to say that they don't have feelings or stuff like that. They 100% do, and some are even smarter than us.
Yeah.
But me, my personal value is just like, okay, I value personally more human life than animals. It's not saying
And
that
that's
I
okay,
don't.
right?
Yeah.
But I value my family more than I value you.
Yeah, of
But it
course.
doesn't mean that I get to, if I had the option to exploit you, it doesn't mean that I will do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because I value you less, right? The value that we place on them doesn't really matter. It's the value that they have on their own, which is the fact that they are living sentient beings. They deserve to live or deserve to be
I mean,
free
yeah, of course.
just as much as we all do because we're living sentient beings. The reason why it's bad, genocide is bad, the reason why killing humans is bad is because we're sentient. There's no other reason. It's not because we're intelligent, because it would be just as bad to kill a stupid person,
Yeah, I understand.
right? It's because of our capability of emotions, of our subjective experience. That's why it's bad. And if animals have that, then it should be just as bad to kill an animal, regardless of what value you place on them or not, right?
Yeah, I understand.
So I'll just ask you this one final question. How many more animals should be exploited for you before you make this change?
I mean, 0, I guess, but obviously, I'll be honest, I won't be making the change like to completely go vegan or to completely be aware of my purchase decision in every aspect, because I'm just currently not yet ready for that, because I'm focused on different things, and that kind of takes time, because it took me some time to even become vegetarian. So, yeah.
That's okay. Like, I mean, it's not okay because, you know, to them, you're still exploiting them
I
and
understand,
supporting
yeah.
that. I just wanted you to know that while you will continue buying animal products, you will continue supporting abuse, exploitation of animals. So if you don't want to be an animal abuser, you need to stop. Otherwise, you can say you're against animal abuse, you can say you're against exploitation, but when you support it for something that you don't need, it's just small talk, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
understand.
talk in the wind. It's not the actual thing. Okay. Well, I'll give you a flyer, and you have several resources to help you there. There's a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day.
Sorry, challenge what?
Challenge 22.
At 20, I thought it's 42.
Yeah, no, 22, because it takes 22 days for a person to change a habit. For
Oh.
most people,
Ah,
it's a
yeah,
habitual
yeah,
issue.
I know this
They hook
one.
you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes. It's all free. You just gotta want it. And
The
maybe
food is not free.
maybe go through the. It's actually, you know, I quit my job. I became vegan, and I can tell you that it is cheaper because.
It actually is. I do agree with that,
Yeah.
especially in Belgium. Sorry, I currently live in Belgium.
Yeah,
That's why. But I've noticed that vegetarian.
Western Europe is huge.
Yes, it's actually way cheaper here
Yeah.
to get vegetarian stuff than vegan stuff. Because, like, example, back in my
Oh,
country.
it's cheaper to be vegan,
Yeah,
not vegetarian.
vegetarian. I mean both, because like vegetarian is like not eating meat, and so.
Yeah.
Like when you want protein, obviously you can get like
But
beans,
vegan-
legumes, and all of those.
Just to clarify, vegan doesn't mean you don't eat something. Vegan is not a diet, right? It's
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
like
moral
you
position.
completely eliminating
It's
everything.
against animal exploitation, against animal abuse. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a moral position, and obviously as
Yeah,
a
I'm not
consequence,
currently there yet. Sorry.
as a consequence, we don't consume animal products. We don't, of course, wear their skin or eat
Yeah,
their
yeah.
flesh or anything like that.
I
right?
understand, but yeah, I'm currently not there yet. But I appreciate what you're doing.
I hope you get there because you know
I
those
hope
innocent
so too,
animals
in
don't
all
deserve it.
honesty.
They
Yeah.
don't deserve
I agree,
any of
but-
it. And you live in a world. You say you live in Belgium. You have so many readily available options that it's like.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
It's
I
a
mean,
pity.
I don't really buy clothes. Honestly, all of this is like 5 years old. So, but
Yeah, but animal
Yeah.
products, you know. Like,
animal products, yeah. I mean, I will stop, but not right now. I'll be honest. Like, I'm just currently focused on other things, and I know that forming a habit is relatively easy, but one day it will happen. But right now, I'm just not in that position. I still think that for me, it's important that I am aware that what's happening.
But being aware and being apathetic is not. Being aware is only one part of it, right? Like being apathetic towards it and saying, "I'm aware, but I'm still participating in it," doesn't make it any better. Just FYI.
I mean, yeah, I know, but I think that if you were to eat meat completely and just buy everything on purpose, just for the sake of like to
I don't think there's any difference, to be honest. If somebody again beats their wife with a whip or beats their wife with a pipe, they're still beating their wife. They still have that intent.
I know,
They
but
still-
you can also compare it in a sense like, would you rather smile to a stranger or like constantly keep smiling every day? Like, one smile is enough. At the same time, it also makes a difference. So it's better to do something than nothing. I'm still not.
Obviously, it's better to do something rather than nothing. And of course, every change we make can make a difference.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind that the difference, every change we make can make a difference on both sides, right?
Yeah.
So if we go more towards veganism, of course, more animals or less animals are exploited for us. But if we go more the other side, or whenever we buy an animal product, another animal gets exploited for us and killed for us.
Yeah, of course.
So changes goes both ways, and I don't think it's that hard if you ask me, but what can I say? You know, the animals need us right now to make a change, not in the future, but you know,
I know. I understand what you're saying.
still better than nothing. So I urge you to read through that pamphlet, maybe
will.
give it a watch. You have several resources there, maybe give one of them a watch, and it's really not that difficult. So if you don't hesitate, if you want to do it, and you don't have to take it like oh my
The
god, I'm
Bible.
never gonna
Yeah, I understand.
do it like a commitment thing, you
No,
know?
no, I
You can take
understand.
it day by day, and at
Yeah.
some point you'll realize you don't even miss it anymore, and you don't even want it anymore, because the shit that animals go through, as you just saw a little bit of it, it gets so much worse.
No, I
so
know.
much worse. Okay, well, thank you for having this conversation
No,
with me.
thank you. It's
And,
very nice what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, only if people change, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but it's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
good that you're doing it, you know.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyways, have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Yeah, sadly, you know, I can only push as much as I can push. Huh? Alexander says, ay, ay, ay. Yeah, exactly. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. You know, I can only do that. That's all I can do is push, and I'll try to get them there, but they gotta make the move. We can't force them to make the move. And that's something, hey, all you non-vegans, maybe you don't understand this, but that's what we do here. We have conversations, we explain, we talk, we try to persuade, but that's all we can do. We cannot make choices for you. That's all we can do is explain to you why the consequences of your choices could have devastating impacts on animals, and not just animals. Maybe I should have also mentioned the fact that there's a looming pandemic just coming along, so stopping is all the more important. Hi, you wanna try it? You wanna have it?
What do you want to talk about?
Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Hi. We also have a YouTube channel called Polly and John.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you. I'm Chip. Wait. Okay, so I take it you're Polly, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
Abuse should be legal? No.
Why not?
Animal abuse should be legal? Because abusing animal or humankind is not right. Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they are part of our life, they are our friends, they help us, they support us.
But what if they're not friends? What if they don't help us or support us? Should we abuse them?
But why do we have to abuse some other kind?
Maybe we get some benefit from it.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, let me put it this way. If I take a dog per day, I hang them up by one foot, and then I punch them to death. It's abuse, right?
Yeah.
But I get to work out.
But there are so many alternatives.
There are so many alternatives, exactly. Okay. Okay, so it's wrong to do that to cats or dogs.
Yeah.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Shouldn't do that as well.
Yeah. Do you think behind animal products there is some inherent abuse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you consume any animal products?
Not really. Don't eat much meat at all.
But some.
Yeah. Milk
Yeah.
products. Yes.
Yeah, and milk. Do you think you can maintain your status of being against animal abuse when at the same time you support it by buying it?
That's very difficult.
Yeah. Do you know what happens to dairy cows? Have you seen what happens to dairy cows?
Yeah. There's
What do you know?
like. Yeah, there's so many videos like how do they treat the farm animals is not what we expected.
Yeah. Yeah, so dairy cows are forcefully impregnated to have babies so that they can produce milk.
Yeah.
The procedure goes like literally somebody holds their cervix, so somebody puts their hands in their anus to hold their cervix, then they inject bull semen in their vagina, and when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
they took away the baby.
Exactly. Yeah, because the milk has to go for human consumption. If the baby is born male, they don't produce milk. So what happens to them?
They kill them.
Exactly. Yes. And if females year-over-year forceful impregnation, just like their mothers, for 6 to 8 years, when farmers can no longer justify keeping them alive, because it would be too difficult to impregnate them, so then they get killed, and they can live up to 25 years, so they live a third or a quarter of their life,
Yeah.
and then they get killed, exploited and then killed. This is animal abuse, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand that in the past, maybe before meeting me, before having this conversation, there was a situation, whatever that situation was. But right now, after having this conversation with me, do you think you can still maintain your status as being against animal abuse if you
Yeah.
continue to buy animal products?
Yeah. I have to think about it.
You have to think about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but while you think about it, again, if you buy animal products, you will continue to support animal abuse,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you feel you want to do?
I will buy less.
You will buy less?
Yes.
So you'll continue being animal abuser?
No, like, but yeah. I will stop.
Yeah. What is keeping you from stopping? It's not about telling me what I want to hear. I really want to understand what is your position. Like, why not stop if you're against animal
Because
abuse
it's
and
not
you're
like
aware of it?
one day difference. It's not like I stop doing it and then tomorrow I continue doing it. It takes time for changes.
Why that?
For
Well,
anyone
why not?
changes.
Why not? Because you have alternatives to everything, so you can literally just whatever it is that you're eating, you can choose an alternative until you find
I
that,
can,
right?
but I won't throw away all my animal products.
Oh no! But I mean,
Things
not
already.
creating more demand, not
Yeah.
supporting more, not giving
Yeah.
more money, right? In
And-
that sense, I
yeah.
mean, right?
Agree.
Yeah. So do you know what being vegan means?
Yeah, stop animal product and stop animal food, like animal-made food as well.
So being vegan just means that we're against the exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of animals.
Yep.
As a consequence, of course, we don't eat them. We don't wear their skin. We don't use them as entertainment, whatever
Yeah.
it is, right? We recognize that they're individuals.
What channel are you on?
My channel is called That Chip Guy.
Because this is very sensitive topic, and I
I-
think I don't want to be like on public
Interesting.
for such a long time.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
What's the name of it?
Let me type it.
Thank you.
You can say hi, honey, because you're live.
Wait, maybe if you do live, you see. Yeah, that's I'm live right now. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Um,
Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you for having this conversation with me. Keep in mind that I only speak on the behalf of animals. If you're frustrated or anything, don't take it out
Are
on the
you
animals.
fully vegan?
Yes, I am.
Since when?
3 years fully vegan, and I was vegetarian for 7 before that. But when I found out what happens to dairy cows, I just couldn't justify it. I couldn't say.
How long does it take you from like vegetarian to vegan?
So for me, it was overnight. I just decided from that moment on, I never buy animal products. As you said, I still had some animal products in the fridge. I didn't throw them away. I just took advantage of the time I had, and I bought absolutely all the plant-based products that I could find in the supermarket,
Yeah.
and I tried finding the best alternatives.
What about like for family gathering, and then like for work? What will you do?
They know that I'm vegan, they have to respect it. That's it. And if they don't respect it, they don't respect me, right? It's as easy as that. And not only that, with my family, I don't sit down with them if they're also going to consume animal products because I find it disgusting for somebody
so
to eat.
animal before family? Is that what you meant? Or-
No. I mean, I still meet my family. I still discuss with
Yeah,
them. I
yeah.
just won't sit down at the same eating table with them if
Yeah.
they're consuming animal products because it's
So
disrespectful.
is your family all vegan then?
No, they're not. No. So I haven't
So
eaten
you-
with
so
my
you
family in a while. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
But I
what
have to
it is.
think about it.
Actually, I have eaten with my friends and with my family when we went to vegan restaurants because they have to eat vegan place foods. But just keep in mind that while you're thinking again, animals will still get
Yeah.
exploited for you. Let me give you a flyer, and I hope you change your mind because you have choices, they don't, and they deserve body autonomy just as much as you do.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good one. Yes. that she had to run away a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello to all of the people watching. Linda says she was different. I'm also vegan, but why am I seeing criticism be deleted in the chat? Says Kib Nib. I don't know, Kib Nib. As you can see, I'm focused on having conversations with people. I don't know what you're talking about. Lewis says, I love animals, especially the tasty ones. Yeah, Lewis, it doesn't mean you love animals. It means you love their taste. It's like saying, it's as if I would say I love women and then I go and beat them, especially the ones that are easy to beat, you know? Yeah, you can't really, it wouldn't mean I love women. It just means I love beating them, just like you love oppressing animals. Keep says, yeah, of course I love you, man. Keep focusing on the real fight there. Yeah. It's I didn't necessarily mean it as a. It was just an observation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Kibnev. And to everybody who's new here, as I was saying before, hey. We did this 2 weeks. We did this twice per week. This week is the second time we do it. We're gonna do it again on Sunday. So subscribe. Press that notification bell if you wanna be here in the chat, have conversations with people. If you wanna watch the conversations that I have, you never know. You might learn something. And my outreach, I feel like I'm slowly getting into my own style, which is to people that are nice, I'm going to be nice, and to people that are not nice, I'm going to try to show the logical inconsistencies in their views. So yeah, that's what we'll do. So that means we might have some really nice conversations and some some pretty intense ones. We'll see what happens. Saltpan says meat is tasty. Sure, plant-based meat is tasty. Anything else is just a form of animal exploitation, abuse, and slaughter. So no, in that sense, it is not tasty. Oh, Marcos, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Super chat. I want to call them the right thing because that is a super chat, and I thank you for that, Marcos. Just my old piano says I was placed in a timeout for talking about growing up on a farm. I don't know, man. I wasn't there to judge. So you grew up on a farm, and what happened there? Did you exploit animals? Just my old piano? What happened? No religious talk here, says Benji. Yeah, Benji, that's okay. You can let them express their religious views if they want to. You don't have to censor them for religious talk. We don't really care about religion here. You can be religious, you cannot be religious. I mean, Benji is the moderator, so if he says no religion, then I guess no religion. But no religion talk. You can be religious, I guess, right? This isn't somewhere where we're debating religion or we're talking religion, but rather we're discussing animal rights. We're trying to get people to respect animals. We're, trying to get Oh, just my old piano says exploit to you, circle of life to me. Yeah, sure, I get that. So if you were to be farming humans, it would still be circle of life, right? Like if you were to literally be farming. Hey.
Where are you from, bro?
I'm doing a social experiment. You want to try it?
Oh, my English is a little bit...
Okay. That's okay. So you said the circle of life, right? You were saying, would that apply to farming, I don't know, people as well? To keeping them on your farm, reproducing them, and then using them for whatever you need, and when you can't use them anymore, killing them? Would that still be the circle of life? Because it should still be the circle of life then. animals eat each other's. Why can't we eat animals? That's a valid statement, you know. It's true that while other animals eat other animals, we can't really derive our morality from what animals do, right? Like, we live in a place where we respect each other. We don't attack each other on the street. Animals do all that, right? Imagine a lion, they sniff each other's butt to introduce each other. Lions commit infanticide. They kill their babies when they don't want them or when they want to show dominance in the pack. Imagine if we as humans did that, if we said, you know what, why can't I commit infanticide? Other animals commit infanticide, right? So the fact that when you say animals eat other animals doesn't really mean anything, right? Just because it happens in nature doesn't mean it's good. It's just another appeal to nature, if you know what an appeal to nature is. A chicken lays an egg every day, whether you like it or not, might as well eat it. No. You guys want to try a social experiment? I just ask you some questions, get you to think.
Va bene, dai, let's do it.
Okay, being live on my YouTube channel?
Hi, how many?
I don't know, 100 something.
Hi guys.
So it says animal abuse should be legal. Do you agree? Animal abuse should be
yes,
legal.
absolutely.
Should be legal.
No, absolutely not. No.
Why not?
No. Because animal abuse is brutal and I don't like because I love cats.
How do you define abuse?
By punch, kick, and psychological form.
Okay, like for physical or emotional harm. Okay, so it's wrong to abuse cats or dogs, right?
Yeah.
What about cows, chickens, pigs?
Obviously.
It's also wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Do you think that when you buy animal products, there's some inherent abuse that you're supporting?
I don't know because I don't know how famous company do with their animals or.
But for meat, you know that animals are killed.
No, I don't know. Yeah,
No.
I know that animals are killed in industries, but I don't know how.
Does it matter how?
I don't know, but I'm not vegan, but I know those animals are like abused.
So you don't know if those animals are abused?
Surely are, but
Yeah.
I don't know in what methods.
Ah.
I support like it's not wrong to be carnivore, but in a certain method that is supported in like right method and not with intense. Come si dice sfruttamento?
Abuse.
Okay.
But surely, even to a small farm, like you take a small farm,
Yeah.
the animal gets treated nicely, but they get killed at 1 or 2 years old, right? Wouldn't that still be abusive?
Yeah,
Or
it's
some- because
abusive.
it's optional to
It's
us, right?
abusive, but it's the circle of the life because you born, you get more old, and the circle of the life is to death. The life of your.
So the circle of life implies you killing somebody.
No, but when you are in that time, I don't know how to explain. But at the end of your life,
Oh, but none of these animals are killed at the end of their life. They're killed at like a fraction of their lifespan. They're killed at, I don't know, 20% of their life.
gli abusi sugli animali.
Yeah. So the question is, do you think you can be against animal abuse while at the same time you support it by buying animal products?
Yeah, I think it's more like an earning of the company is like more important of life of animals, but it's not my.
Are you saying the money that the company makes is more important than the life
Not
of the
for
animals?
me, but for the company is.
Okay, but you pay the company to do that.
I pay the company because I have to eat.
But you can eat anything else but animals or animal products.
Yeah, but I don't like to veggie and those things.
So you don't want to stop eating animals.
I'm not stopping because I like it.
So you're
I'm
gonna continue supporting animal abuse?
It's not my fault, but yes.
What do you mean? You are the one making choices. It is
Yes,
your
but
fault.
I'm not the only. It's all the world.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
every animal has a person who abuses them, and to some animals, you are the abuser.
I'm not the single, I take the product. For me, who's going to stop are the big companies. If the big companies make some
But
different,
how can the big companies stop when you pay them to continue?
I don't know. I'm honest and I will
But
continue.
do you see the contradiction in your logic?
Yeah, surely it's contradictional, but I raised like that, and it's difficult for me to stop.
I mean, it would have been difficult for anybody
Yeah,
who was born with having slaves to stop having slaves, but they had to stop because it's not right. Why do you think it's right to continue abusing animals if you say that it's wrong to abuse animals?
I don't know. I brace like that, and every time I eat. No, cioè, I use eat like 2 or 3 times a week. So I'm not a big eater of meat. But
But even 2-3 times a week still means one animal gets exploited and abused for you.
it's not my fault.
And you pay for it. It is your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault, but it's not my single fault. It's a fault by everything in the society.
One of those animals die because of you. It's
I'm sorry for him. I don't know.
How do you guys feel? Because you guys sit here. Are you guys against animal abuse?
No.
No.
They don't know the English.
They don't know the English.
Thank you so much.
That's okay. Hey, please, no more animal abuse, okay? You can't be against animal abuse if you're gonna support it. That's all it is.
Okay,
And just to FYI, because you guys are here, let me just show you for a second, because all of you are here, just to know that what fucked up things you're supporting. So what you're seeing here is this is the forceful impregnation of a dairy cow. This is for milk. They put their hand in their anus to hold their cervix, and then they inject bull semen in their vagina.
Oh my god, yes.
Afterwards, they separate the babies from their mothers so that they don't drink their milk. If the babies are born male, see, this is the separation. That's how they separate them. If the babies are born male, they're considered useless to the industry, so they get killed. If the babies are born female, they get enslaved just like their mothers. This is the kind of stuff that you're supporting.
Mamma mia, prosciutto.
Yeah, pigs get killed in gas chambers.
Di lì c'è un'altra possibilità, se c'è altro modo di mangiare il
No, there's no other way to do it. This is the way you do it. If you support it, this is what if you're buying animal products, this is what you're paying for.
We need to go.
Don't support this. Don't support this. All these animals deserve to live just as much as all of you do, okay? Have a good one. There was a really big group, and of course one of them wanted to talk, but the rest didn't, so I just showed them a little bit of footage to kind of see what they're supporting. Steve says one word: selfish. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the battery is up again. Okay, everybody, give me 1 second. Does that chip guy eat fish? No, of course I don't eat fish. Fish are just sentient beings, of course. Why would I eat fish? Fish are awesome people. Fish belong in the ocean, exactly. You know the worst thing about fish, like I guess a lot of people don't really know about this, and it's kind of fucked up. So people who say they care about humans should listen to this, because a lot of people say they care about humans. So what they do nowadays, it's insane. They go, because there's not, of course, not a lot of fish in the ocean left, or not enough that they have an easy time fishing. So what they do is they go to places close to islands where their only source of food is fishing, places where people fish as their only source of food. And on those islands, well, not on those islands, what they do, corporations, is they go there, they buy those lands, they fish all the fish out. Then they take those fishes from the ocean, they grind them up, and they feed them on a farm to grow salmon for, people who in the Western world who want to eat salmon. It's very messed up. It's very messed up. Imagine you saying that you say you don't care about animals, but you care about people, then you should already not be consuming fish. And you know what? There's all kinds of stuff like this for all animal products where you can't, like, literally, you would have to be either completely ignorant, an apathetic person, or just, I don't know, really, really tied to something ridiculous to never want to change, to just continue wanting to support this awful industries who destroy not only the lives of animals, but the planet, ourselves, everybody. It's just awful, it's just awful, and there's no way to justify it. There isn't. Everybody ends up at the same place. But I like the taste. Well, okay, what can I tell you? Hey, imagine me saying, but I like how it feels like when I have sex, therefore I can justify raping others. That's basically what you're saying, right? You're forcing your own belief onto some innocent animal because you like the taste of their flesh. Yeah, I don't think it's fair towards them, and I think you have other options. So hey, if you're not vegan, maybe you should go vegan and stop it. Randolph Lanke, you call me, you say I'm sick, but by the way, it's YOU apostrophe RE, not your. You just use a possessive pronoun but hey, I don't like bad grammar, so I'll just correct it. But calling me sick doesn't really mean anything. You're probably just projecting, you feeling bad about the choices that you're making, and that's okay, I'm just shedding a light on those choices. I'm just explaining them to you. I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit. Oh, that you'll see.
Huh?
That you'll see.
That we'll see.
Yeah.
What is this all about?
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, I don't mind it all.
Okay. I'll just turn this around. It says animal abuse should be legal.
No, it shouldn't.
Why not?
I mean, because they have a life. Why should they be abused like us?
Yeah. Is it just because they're alive, or is there anything else to it?
Because they are friends. They're part of our families as well. You have a dog for years.
What if
Some
they're
dogs-
not friends? Like any random dog on the street, would it be okay to abuse them?
No, it wouldn't be still.
Just because...
I mean, because again, it comes down to the dog having a life. It should be treated just like anything with life. Is that? Yeah.
Okay, I'll go on. How do you define abuse?
Abuse is being unkind. Yeah, it could be
unkind.
physical, could be emotional.
Okay.
As long as you're unkind, and I think if you're a kind person and you extend that kindness to humans, you should extend it to animals as well.
Okay, I like that. So, cats or dogs should not be abused. What about cows, chickens, pigs?
That's different. The others are meant to give us food.
So they're meant to be abused.
No, they're meant to be. They were meant for food.
So if I grow a dog,
They're a
but-
source of food.
but the same thing could be said about a dog, right? I could literally grow a dog and with the intent of eating them.
If that's the intent and it is a source of food, then I guess you could eat. I could say you could eat it. But if it's a source, it's a pet, it's supposed to be a family member. Then
So then the same I could do with a human. I could grow them for the sole purpose of eating them.
that's rare, though.
But does it matter that it's rare? Was it right or wrong? That's what I'm asking.
Realistically, it's not. We humans are not grown to be eaten.
Well, you can. I could do that, right? What I'm asking is, if according to your own moral standards, would that be right or wrong?
It would be wrong.
It would be wrong. Why would it be wrong to do that to humans, but it would be right to do to dogs, cows, chickens, pigs?
They're a source of food. Cows
But so
especially
can
and
humans be
chicken.
again a source of food?
No, they can't, because realistically, you don't grow humans for food. These are a
Societies
source of
don't do
food.
that, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that I cannot do it, right? Like, again, anybody can do it. Logically speaking, in an isolated incident, if I were to grow somebody to eat them, there have been people in this world who have done that. They have grown and have eaten people, right? Like, I could literally do that, grow a person to eat them, and you're saying that would be wrong. And I'm questioning
But
why
then why is it wrong for animals? I guess you have a point.
right.
Yeah. Again, I think we need to start critically thinking about the things we eat and how unkind we are to animals. That's true. My son could never see an animal being slaughtered, a goat being slaughtered. He has
Exactly.
always felt it's not right.
Yeah, because you know, animals are just like us in all the ways that matter. They have emotions. They have a subjective experience, which means they are the subject of their own universe. They feel pain, and most importantly, well, they have personalities. They're basically like people. They're just different, you know. They're so us exploiting them, like using them however we need, and when you can't use them anymore to kill them, it would be wrong,
It
right?
is wrong. It is wrong.
Yeah.
But I guess it's educating people, and we start moving towards that direction that even a cow or a chicken could be a pet, you know, and slaughtering it in the manner that we do is quite brutal.
But not even okay, yes, but the whole idea is to just leave them alone, right? Because we don't have any. Do you think we have any right to do this to animals?
I don't think we do.
No.
We need to start thinking about that conversation seriously.
Yeah.
I think
How
you're
do you
right.
feel?
If we kill all of them, someday the supplies of the animals are gonna run out because you're gonna kill all of the species. Someday you're gonna kill all of the species and we're gonna be either left with bugs or just nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So we shouldn't be killing animals just like that. And the whole point isn't not just killing animals. The whole point is bringing them to life only to use them as resources. Because, for example, dairy cows, they have their when dairy cows, in order to produce milk, they have to have babies. What do you think happens to their babies?
They die.
Well,
They don't die. They are left as orphans. You know, it's the same thing as humans.
They get separated from their
separated
parents
from their
so that they
parents,
don't drink their milk.
Yeah.
Well, from their mother, because the father doesn't even exist. And if they're male, they get killed because they don't produce any milk. If they're female, same as their mother, year over year,
Useless.
impregnated.
Yeah.
And then they get killed when they can no longer be impregnated. And that usually happens around 6 years. They can live 24 years. So
Wow.
a quarter of their life
It's
spent
taken
being
away.
exploited. They don't understand what happens, and then being killed. And when we buy milk, cheese, any animal product, meat,
We're encouraging this.
We're encouraging this, exactly, exactly.
But we need to have this conversation more and more and shift people's minds from, like I said, this is a source of food, and my mind is very biased on thinking this
Yeah.
is a source. But if you start thinking differently, actually, in the way you've explained it and bringing that perspective, then people start to see it see it exactly as it is, as abuse rather than source of food. We need to have these conversations more and more.
And the thing is, we see cats and dogs. We see them as individuals. We see them as deserving of love. But then cows, chickens, pigs, we see them as resources, and none of them choose whether they're born cow or whether they're born dog, and yet they have totally different lives if they're born one or another, right? Like we did the same thing when we were racists. If you were born white, you had privileges. If you were born black, not. Like, well, there still is racism, sadly.
But we've come a long way, so it could
Yeah.
be the same thing with the animals. You know, we need to have these conversations.
And before you go, what I want to ask you is,
Yeah.
which side of it do you want to be? Do you want to be on the side of animal
I
abuse?
want to be on the side of the good things.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you've changed my perspective. You know, you've definitely changed my
But then
perspective.
if you eat all of the animals, there's not going to be enough food left. So you'll be left with insects and like plants. So when you're vegan, the only thing you can eat is vegetable things. So you're going to be eating all of the vegetables out.
There's plenty of plants and plant-based products to go around.
We
Hey,
need to
thank you
leave
so much for having this conversation with me. I'll give you a flyer. Read through it, and you have on the back of it, you have resources to help you with everything. If you want to be on the right side, you can make a change and you can be on the right side. It really is not difficult. Okay, what's your name, by the way?
My name is Marvis.
Mervis. Nice to meet you, Mervis.
What's
I
your name?
appreciate you for being so open-minded and listening. My name is Chip.
Chef.
Yeah, I speak on behalf of animals. That's all I do
Well
here.
done.
Okay.
That's a good purpose in life.
What's your name?
Jan.
Jan? Jack?
Jan.
Jan. Nice to meet you, Jan.
You too.
If we love animals, we respect them and we don't kill them.
And we
Okay?
protect them.
And we protect them. Exactly.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Wish you the best with your project.
Hey, thank you so much. Have a good one. That was a good conversation, huh? She changed her mind. It's impressive. I find it so impressive when somebody like her heard, listened, and said, "Okay, you're right." Like she gave arguments at some point. Just my old plants piano says, "Chip, what are your thoughts about insecticides?" Of course, I'm not for insecticides. Of course, we should try to not use insecticides. But you know how the thing is, you know how people who consume animal products, they justify the fact that all that killing, all that abuse is necessary because they need to eat animal products. In reality, you don't need to eat animal products, but you do need to eat something. So if you are producing crops, whatever it is that you're producing, and you need to protect your crops, so that in order to protect your food, and that would imply you maybe killing some animals, maybe you killing some insects. If it's needed, again, if it's absolutely needed, then it is what it is, you know. But you can't say that for animal products. So there you go. And hello everyone. Again, if you're new here, thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying the conversations we've had so far. We've had some pretty good conversations. You know, that's the thing. That's why we're here. We're here to have conversations. We're here to speak to people. We're here to show them or maybe a new way of thinking. Maybe we're here to show them a bit of errors in their logic, and maybe help them change. Because most people, they oppose animal abuse. Most people oppose animal exploitation. Most people say animals should be protected. Just like this child said, because that's what we're born. We're born learning that animals are innocent. They deserve protection. But then somewhere along the way, we've been taught to think that, hey, it's okay to kill these animals, it's okay to use them, it's okay to exploit them. And the reality of it is not okay. At some point in our history, we justified it by saying that it was needed. And maybe perhaps it was sometimes in the past. But it's no longer needed. We can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet. Therefore, anytime we choose an animal product, we intentionally make a choice where we exploit and slaughter an innocent animal, an innocent sentient being. You guys want to try a social experiment? Nice. Hi, are you okay being live for my YouTube channel? What's your name?
Jana.
Jana, nice to meet you. I'm Chip. How about you?
Julian.
Julian, nice to meet you. I'm Chip. Okay, Susie, you said. Okay, I'm gonna turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
Yeah. Of course.
Legal.
Oh, legal. Sorry, no.
Yeah, most people read it illegal. Should it be legal?
No.
Why not?
They also have a soul.
Okay.
And I have a lot of animals at home, so I have 7 dogs and 1 cat.
You have 7 dogs and 1 cat?
Yeah.
Oh, you must really like animals. Huh?
Yeah, I love
Okay.
animals, and I hate it to see when animals have pain in their eyes because they are abused. I don't know.
How would you define abuse?
Hard.
I think it's not really necessary to test certain things on animals. You could also test it on like people or something else. So you don't have to like test medicine or something on them, and also like makeup or something. So I think that should be stopped. And yeah, that's
So in the absence of need, absolutely anything we do that is bad for the animals is bad, right? It's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would also say. Okay, it's hard because I don't. It's hard. No,
Because
wait.
we're gonna get into it, right?
Yeah,
What
but-
about the cows, chickens, and the pigs?
Yeah, that's.
I think you got there, huh? Yeah.
I think we should not do anything to animals that we don't want anyone to do to us.
Exactly.
So I don't want to live with hundreds of people in one small cage. So why should we do that with pigs or
But
chickens?
let's say you live nicely. They all get fed nicely. All animals have a nice
Yeah,
life.
like
But then they
on
get
our-
killed at a
yeah.
quarter of their lifespan, of a fraction of their lifespan. Would you want that to happen to you?
I think your point is that you shouldn't do bad things to like chickens and things that we eat like normally, and not to dogs and cats.
Yeah, I
That's
think
your
my point is to not use or exploit or kill animals because we don't need to do any of it, right? maybe in the past there was some justifications where there was a need, but right now today we have so many readily available options
Yeah.
that how can we ever justify forcing animals into slaughterhouses
Yeah.
when we don't need to, right?
Yeah, I love like animals live on an animal farm. Like they grew up nicely and they get enough food, but not too much, and they have a nice life. And after a few years, when they're ready, they die. And
Do you
then
think
can-
do you think they die when they're ready?
No.
Because
It
if I
depends, yeah.
if I may, I can rephrase it.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
get fed nicely, and when the farmer says they can't
Yeah,
feed
okay,
them
that's true.
anymore, or it's not profitable to keep them alive anymore,
Yeah.
they get killed.
Yeah, that's true.
They get taken away from any family that they have made on that farm.
Yeah, that's
They get taken away from that, and they get killed. For example, just to put things in perspective, do you know what happens to dairy cows?
Yeah, they're I don't know what it's called in English, but they get like super big without them being like naturally that big, and then they produce like 12 or 100 liters of milk, but only they would like produce 5 liters or something. So they really make them really big. So.
And that's one part of it. The reality is, though, in order for cows to produce milk, they're mammals like us, so they need to have babies. So what happens is somebody forcefully impregnates them. The farmer literally puts their hands in their anus to hold their cervix and then inject bull semen in their vagina. And when the babies are born, it takes like 9 months for the babies, kind of similar to humans. And when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
They take them away and take the milk.
Exactly, they take them away because they would drink their mother's milk, which is kind of insane that we do that already.
Yeah, that's true. That's not okay.
And if they're born male, what happens to them?
They get
like,
killed.
yeah.
Or?
Exactly.
Like yeah.
They get killed. If they're born female, same fate as their mother, year over year forceful impregnation for 6 to 8 years, after which the farmers can no longer impregnate them with ease. They call them afterwards, they call them spent, as like literally like an object. It's spent, it's used.
Yeah.
And then they send them to a slaughterhouse and then use them for their meat.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, is this animal abuse?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Do you think you can be against animal abuse when you buy a product like a milk product or a cheese product or a meat product?
I think when you buy from local businesses, something like a farm or something, I think it's a bit better than buying it in a grocery store because it's
What I
like-
described happens on small farms, large farms, all across. It's
you
I
have
would
to
not
be
say in all of these farms because my sister, my big sister, lives on a farm with her husband, and they treat all these pigs nicely, and they don't eat all of them. I would say yeah, we can live without meat or cheese, but most of them don't do it.
they still forcefully
So,
impregnate
yeah.
them, right? That's
Yeah.
still sexual exploitation from the start.
Yeah,
They
okay.
still, and your sister and her husband, that's the thing about farmers. They usually dissociate themselves. They don't really discuss these methods. They don't really say it because if they would discuss it, they would realize just how fucked up it is. Just
Yeah,
how messed
but
up all of
I'm
these
not
are.
sure if she does it like that because she also cuddles with her cows and something like that. So she really loves these animals. So
Yeah, but that's the question. Huh? Can you really love animals when you pay for them to be killed? Or when you kill them yourself, does it really matter?
it's a bit cruel, like when you like cuddle with the cow and then eat it afterwards. So I get that one, but I think it's often the way that you like leave one cow or 2 cows and two sheep or something else, and just leave them there. Really don't eat them. So some farms have like just cows that like live until they die from natural
Yeah, the mother
causes, and
cows.
then they just die because
Where are these magical farms that you
we
speak
are
of?
from Austria. So
Oh,
they're-
that definitely doesn't happen there. You would think I looked into like coincidentally I had to look into Austria, I had to look into Germany, and I looked into Netherlands, and I can tell you absolutely everywhere, 99.99999%. Maybe you'll find 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100,000 farms who doesn't do this.
yeah, because it's not a big farm. It's a really
But
small farm.
especially for small farms have an incentives to do this because their margin of profit is extremely low. They can't afford to feed an animal. Like cows can no longer be forcefully impregnated after 6 years. That means they will not produce as much milk after that, or maybe not at all. And they can live up to 24 years. That means what, another 18 years of keeping them alive it's not profitable for them at all, regardless. Like even if you just do it for yourself,
Yeah.
it would still cost you too much to keep them alive. It would still better, right? So when that's the because in essence the issue is the fact that we see these animals as resources. Because if I were to ask you, would you do that to dogs? Would you ever have a farm of dogs, kill some of them from time to time, give them a good life, use them, forcefully impregnate them, stuff like that?
No, would not do that.
No, because because we've been taught to see dogs or cats like individuals, like the personality that they have and everything.
Yeah.
But cows, chickens, pigs, we're like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
We don't really think about it.
I get your point, and I think not that it's okay. But what would you recommend now? So should I not eat any pigs, not any cows?
So I'm vegan.
Okay. Yeah.
Being
yeah.
vegan means not that it's not a diet, but rather a position where I say animals should not be exploited or killed for me. And that's literally, as a consequence, I don't eat them, I don't wear their skin, I don't buy products like cosmetics that test on animals, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
So literally for me, it's just my morals say it's wrong to do this to animals, and therefore I won't participate in it. So yeah, one thing is that if you say that you're against animal abuse or against animal cruelty or however you want to call it, because there's so many ways you can spin it to see it just how bad it is, then you can't possibly support it, because when you give money, you support it. You tell the farmers, hey, do more of whatever you're doing so that I get this milk, so that I get this cheese, so that I get this meat, right?
Okay. No animal products.
Yeah. So I'll just ask one final question, which is the difficult one. How many more animals should be exploited for you before you make this change?
I think it's a bit difficult because our culture does really have a lot of meat and animal products, but I think it's very good to start like eating less meat or less animal products with a time, and after time just stop.
Yeah.
Like a month just eating less at a time and then just finishing it.
And I also
Just
don't
stop.
buy any products that are tested on animals.
That's
what
good.
I do, like I think over 5 years,
And-
because I don't like that. That's
And
not
obviously
fair.
reducing is a good step towards
Yeah.
in the right direction. But I wonder if it were a different injustice, would you apply the same logic? Like you were to find out that, let's say, one of your friends is beating their wife every day because you give them candies. I don't know, whatever. It's a
Yeah.
weird logic. Would you still give them candy? Or would you give them candy every once in a while? Or
I would give them candy, but like undercover.
but they would still beat their wife. Every time you give them candy, they beat their wife.
I think it's a bit different because when I say I will stop immediately eating like meat and stuff, I lose some vitamins and stuff, so I have to supplement it.
Yeah.
And I think I would like to have some time to research everything so I can really
Of course, yeah.
do good things to my body. But except for that, I think you could also say you can stop it from one day to another.
And I'll give you I'll give you resources to start with that will help you out with all of this. But what I want from you is to understand, first of all, that it's important that we stop, because when we do this, we do exactly, we send animals like dogs, like cats, to slaughterhouses when we don't need to do any of it. That's number one. And number two, that it is urgent, because if you go right now and buy an animal product, one animal will be exploited for you. Maybe not the one that was for that product, but then in order to replace that product, the next animal will get in there, right? So you're still giving money to this industry. So there is another sense of urgency into it. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I appreciate all of you speaking to me. I really like like open-minded people. I'll give you some flyers. I don't know how. I just have 2 left, so I'll give you.
No problem.
Okay, I urge you.
Also give the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, you're together. Okay,
We can
perfect.
read one together.
So I urge you to read through it, and at the end of it here,
Yeah.
you have a thing to scan. You'll have their resources. I'm not sure if you have it, but I'll write it down also just to be sure. There's a thing called Challenge 22. Challenge 22. Sorry, my handwriting is bad, but
Oh,
I think
it's
you kind of
okay.
understand
Yeah,
if
we
you
can.
Google it, Challenge 22.
Yeah.
Because it's like a challenge for most people, and it takes 22 days for most people to change a habit. It's free. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan. They help you with all the macronutrients and micronutrients that you need to replace. All you gotta do is want it. You just subscribe, and they do it. And there's also Veganuary starting in a couple of days, right? Because it's January. They also do the same thing. If you subscribe, there's several sites where you subscribe and they send you recipes. They help you. You just gotta want it. That's all it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
have a nice vegan life.
Yeah,
And
thank
are
you.
you
You too.
tourists in Amsterdam?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
recommend vegan sushi bar. It's
Okay.
delicious.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
good one. Cheers. There you go. Another good conversation. It's interesting that we're having better conversations live with people on the street than with people in the chat, no? Jackie Boyle, well done, Chip. Hey, Jackie Boyle, thank you. Dirk Blue says, hi. So Dirk Blue says, next person is an animal lover. I found, depends on the day that I'm at. I found that it is very important to be pretty. Wait, before I go into that, let me just say this whole beautiful thing for everybody who's new here. Welcome to the stream. We are doing a social experiment. We're asking people, we're trying to get them to think about their choices. So if you're into that, stick around, you might like it. And if you like what you're seeing, if you've been here so far, hey, subscribe, like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We go a couple of times per week. I don't know exactly when because I depend on the weather and several other factors. So it's good to hit that notification bell just to know when I'm online. If you enjoyed this and want to watch more of this. I found that the conversations I have with people on the days when I'm a little bit calmer, when I slept well, because I also have days when I don't sleep well, are a little bit better because I have the patience where I can explain a little bit better to people, and thus they kind of understand the point a little bit better. I feel like a lot of the times we as vegans forget to, or as animal rights activists, we forget to explain some of the points, and we think that people inherently understand them. But yeah. Navia says too many trolls saying meat though, no real argument. That's exactly the problem, huh? Garrett says meat equals protein. By the way, Benji, don't delete everybody who's not vegan. Well, you can let them have conversations. The whole point of this live stream is to get people to watch. I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit. You wanna try? You wanna try? Oh, it's in English, so I don't know. That's okay. That's okay. Have a good one. Matthew Scott says there are things more important than what you eat. Yeah, I agree with you, Matthew Scott. I don't really care about what you eat. I care about you not forcing innocent sentient beings into slaughterhouses. If you think there's anything more important than you stopping oppression, then I don't know what to think about you. I think oppression is pretty much one of the worst things anybody can do. So if you are oppressing individuals on the count that you have power over them, then I believe that's pretty bad, so you should stop. The souls of men are more important. Hey Matthew, I don't believe in souls, so why would the souls of man be more important than the souls of animals? I'll ask you that. What is it specifically about men that is that makes them more worthy of not being exploited? And even if you do have an answer for that, how is it that animals are so little important to you that you think exploiting them, using them, killing them for something that is optional to you, for something that you don't need, for something that you can easily live without, is somehow okay? Just imagine forcing humans to get slaughtered and force them to separate from their family. Animals, just like humans, have a mind, have a mind, a feelings, meaning we are equal. Yeah, exactly. Man is made in the image of God. Well, animals are made in the image of my God, so there you go. Your religion says so, but it's funny, you know, because in your religion, I'm assuming that you do mean Christianity. In your religion, it says, "Thou shalt not kill," and it does not say, "Thou shalt not kill humans." It says, "Thou shalt not kill." That means also don't kill animals. But okay, you read whatever you want out of it, right? And that's also essentially my problem with Christianity in general, especially Christianity, because it's so widespread. In Christianity, most people haven't read the Bible and haven't read large portions of it, and yet they use it as justifications to commit the most horrific things they can commit in history, right? Like in the Bible, there's a part of the Bible, I don't have it right now because my phone is streaming, as you can see. Part of the Bible literally says that you should use people from other lands, like from other countries, you should use them as slaves. There's literally a part in the Bible that says that. There you go. You can use the Bible to justify enslaving people and you're okay. But I would argue that most people would say, hey, it's not okay. Of course, enslaving people is not okay. But you know why that is? Why people still cling to one thing or the other? Because most people don't really think about these issues. Most people don't really think, why is it wrong to enslave people? Why is it wrong to kill people? Why is it wrong to exploit and kill animals? They don't really think. Most people just are taught one way or another and they accept it their whole life. They're not really big thinkers, right? And that's what I'm assuming that this person, for example, Smooth, who says eat meat, is saying. That they just don't really think about it. They don't really, they've probably never even seen slaughterhouse footage, and if they see it, they behave like, yeah, it doesn't bother me. Yet the workers that are working there have PTSD. They have all sorts of mental issues because of people like them. So it's you know, there's just so many things wrong with animal agriculture. There's just so many things wrong. But you know, being ignorant or apathetic towards it doesn't mean anything. I see you guys are deleting a lot of messages. I hope they are warranted. I beg of you, please, moderators. I appreciate you moderating, but please don't just delete messages because you don't like them, okay? Matthew Neufer says you're wrong and spells you're completely wrong, which is ironic, huh? It's very ironic that somebody tells me that I'm wrong and doesn't know how to spell it correctly. Yeah, I'm being a dick right now. It does not say that in the Bible. I am a Bible scholar, sir. Hey, Matthew Neufer, if you want, you can contact me on Instagram. My handle is RealChipGuy, and I will send you the passages in the Bible that it literally says that. I actually have them. Yeah, I have them. But yeah. Let's see if we can get somebody else to join this social experiment. Hey, you want to try a social experiment? And hey everybody, remember to subscribe. Oh my God, JD, thank you so much. Love your work. JD, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm trying to oh, there you go. I like that. Thank you so much. It's everybody, please don't feel obliged or anything about the super chats. You know, I appreciate them, but they're optional. They're entirely optional. Don't only do them if you want to, or if you like, you know what, I have nothing else to do with this. Fuck, might as well give a super chat, okay? 2/3 of the world's population. If you want a vegan religion, you get Jainism. Interesting. Hey, V. Jamie. Good day, mate. Good day. Where's this place? Asks why Hairi. I'm in Amsterdam right now. I'm in front of the museum square, museum line, next to ice rink. There's a Christmas tree, as you can see, and they're building something for New Year's Eve. I think there's gonna be a big stage and probably some form of a concert or something, because it's closed off. Most of the museum square is closed off. But yeah, that's where I am. Monocrop agriculture has led to little dead zones in the ocean. Creating crops kills more animals than I could eat in years, says Shinobi Drip. Okay, Shinobi Drip, then you would be surprised to find out that most of the crops are actually grown to feed the animals. In fact, most of the monocrops are grown to feed the animals. Most of them. Most of them. I think somewhere around 70% or something like that. Depends on where you live, but yeah. So if you are opposing monocropping agriculture, if you think killing animals for agriculture in crops is wrong, then surely you should want less crops, less monocrops. So that would obviously imply you not supporting more monocrops, because that's what you do when you buy animal products. There you go. Anything else? 733 million people, or 1 in 11 people, go hungry every day, says Robin. Yeah, there you go, Robin. All the more reasons to go vegan, because you know what? Our food systems are built in a way that we have enough land and food to support the bringing to life of 85 billion land animals, to use them, to exploit them, and to kill them, but somehow we don't have enough food to feed 8 billion humans. I beg to differ. Actually, if the whole world were to go vegan, we would actually have much more resources, and it would have an easier time feeding the whole population. There you go. Jackie Boyle, thank you so much for the donation. For the super chat, not donation. I have to stop calling them donation. I call them super chats now. Thank you so much. Shinobi Drip says, you're so wrong, lol. Yeah, Shinobi Drip, I expect you to show me some empirical data, because I do have empirical data on my side, but I just can't show it to you right now because my phone is streaming, as you can see. Somebody says that they love the roast, they love roasted corpses. Oh, okay, I see. Guarantee most of the chat is city living who couldn't thrive in the country. Who cares, Smooth? Who cares if we could thrive in the country or not? You are at the place. That's like saying, I couldn't probably, imagine me saying right here, right now, saying, I don't know if I could survive on a deserted island, therefore I should start killing humans right now and eat them, because if I were on a deserted island and I had no other options but to kill somebody and eat them, I should get used to it or something. Like, what is exactly your argument? Shinobi Drip, are you a child? Asks Benji. Probably, yeah. I don't know. You'll see. But yeah, that's a good thing, Benji. No minors, indeed. Okay, I think I'm up for one more conversation and then calling it a day. I'm gonna be here anyway on Sunday also, so that's why I'm saying subscribe and hit that notification bell to see me on Sunday also. So that you don't have to refresh. When is that chip guy coming online? Damn it, I need to know when that chip guy is coming online. That's easy. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. What are you doing, bro? Asks Kel Schoolen. Thank you for asking, Kel. I'm here in Museumplein in Amsterdam. We're asking people to do a social experiment. We're getting them to think a little bit. We're trying to see if they're logically consistent in their own moral beliefs. And yeah, we're just trying to change people's minds. We're trying to get them to be on the right side of history. So stick around if you want to watch the social experiment. And we've been doing this for 2 hours. It's pretty good. Well, in my humble opinion, trolls do nothing constructive to this channel. They ruin conversations and they always make the same uninformed arguments, says Pia. Yeah, it's true. But Pia, I agree with you, but keep in mind that some of these people, they just join the stream now. They see it and they write some dumb stuff because they're either not thinking or because they're, they have a knee-jerk reaction to what they hear and they instantly give a response. They don't really think, they don't really research any of it. So it's important that we don't silence these people, but rather we give them a response. We try to explain it to them. We give them some resources where they can look further into it, instead of us just saying, yeah, shut up. You need to get informed, because otherwise you know, we'll never get where we want to be, to a place where we never exploit animals, you know. So people's opinion is dumb stuff. Matthew Niffer, I forgot what you were saying, but if you think there is any argument for the needless exploitation of non-human animals, then yes, it is dumb stuff. Because there is no logical argument for it. Hey. You want to try a social experiment?
I'm with my kids.
Okay. No worries, no worries. Enjoy your day. Have a good one. Fight for the rights of innocent human beings that are being aborted daily. You can do that if you want, Matthew. You can do that. I fight for the rights of innocent animals that you and people like you choose to exploit. Choose to exploit. Again, choose to. You might find that that word is extremely important. Choose. Choice. You have choice. You can choose to not exploit animals. Whew. Come on, let's get some more conversations. It's been a while, huh? I think if I talk to the chat, people won't really talk to me because they think I'm talking to somebody. John says, but it's not a choice. Really, John? Is somebody forcing you to eat animal products, John? Or do you not have access to a supermarket, John? What exactly is that lack of choice? Where is that lack of choice coming from, John? Still waiting, John, for a response. Where is that lack of choice coming from? It's not a choice if you want to be healthy, says Jay. Oh, Jay, so you're against science, right? Because science clearly says, I mean, it's not even just one. We have plenty empirical evidence that says that we can thrive on a plant-based diet. But tell me more about how science says differently. And if you want, you can even look at the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. They say they support that the plant-based diet is suitable for all ages and stages of life.
No.
See Me says you can't survive off of just plants. Yeah, Simo, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Simo, well, how can you explain the existence of millions of vegan people then, huh? How can you explain the fact that there's so many vegan athletes now that are thriving, that are winning competitions? How? It's just insane, huh? Do you find that religious people are the most opposed to veganism? Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Do you find that religious people are the most opposed to veganism? No, I find that people who are religious try to use religion to justify all sorts of horrific things. And yes, in this case, it is animal exploitation, abuse, and slaughter that they justify it. But most people, you know, and that's what the problem that I have with religion. I'm not religious at all, and I can respect somebody if they want to be religious. I can respect somebody if they want to believe in God. I personally don't, but at least any of you can make the difference and can see the difference between believing in God and subscribing to a religion, right? Because there is a difference. Religion just implies some organization who says these are the rules you need to follow. These are the rules which my God says are. Doesn't mean they're true, right? In fact, there's a lot of contradictions there, so yeah. Benji has to go. Bye, Benji. Thank you so much for moderating and thank you for being here. It's been a while since we've had conversations, huh? David says religion doesn't have to be organized. Okay. Doesn't have to be organized if you say so. I think religion implies some form of organization, but hey, if you say it doesn't have to be organized, to each their own, I don't care. I just think it's wrong to use your religious beliefs, because all religion is a belief, right? You can believe one thing or another. You have no proof of one thing or another. It's just beliefs. So to use your own beliefs to exploit others or to justify exploitation of others is wrong. Just like it was during slavery times, just like it is now during animal slavery times. There you go. Let's see if we can get some more conversations. If being vegan is not a religion, come on, for fuck's sake. Being vegan is a moral stance. It's literally saying no to animal exploitation. That's it. It's like calling somebody a feminist religion. You probably also don't know what a feminist is. You want to try a social experiment? So being a feminist literally means equal rights and opportunities for women, right? It's the fight for women's rights. Veganism means some basic decent rights like body autonomy for animals. It's the fight for animal rights. Well, veganism literally means the rejection of animal exploitation, but you can also read it as fighting for animal rights or respecting animals' rights. David Norwood, religion is a morality. No, it is not. Religion has nothing to do with morality. Religion just has something with imposing morality, with saying this is the moral way, this is the way to go. But I don't care about religion, so I don't want to talk about religion too much. Only if you use religion to justify horrific things, then I'll try to debunk that, because you shouldn't be using religion, but hey. If you want to believe in religion, you do believe in religion, believe in whatever you want to believe, just don't exploit animals. That's it. That's all I care about. Well, I care about other things, but that's all I care about right now in this stream, what I'm doing this. Does Chip own anything made of leather? No, of course not. Why would I own something made of leather? That would be ridiculous. Why would I wear somebody's skin? Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You're keeping live for my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Can you come a little closer?
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Muzni.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Muslim.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
Animal abuse should be illegal. No, I don't agree really.
Why not?
Well, for certain, from the country I come from, yes, it should be somewhat. It goes both the ways basically. If it's wild animals and stuff like wild boars where it ruins your crops and stuff, yeah.
So should animal abuse be legal?
Just let's say both the way. It goes both the ways. Not pets, but yes, some
Not
of the
pets.
not pets.
So if a dog is not a pet, we should abuse them. We should be allowed to abuse them.
No, dog is definitely a pet.
Not every dog is a pet.
Most of them.
So some dogs that are not pets, it's okay to abuse them.
It depends on the circumstances, I would say.
Well, I will take a dog
Okay.
every day.
Okay.
I hold them by their leg, I hook them by their leg,
Okay.
and I punch them to death.
That's abuse, basically.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, but I get some exercise from it.
Nah, that's clearly an abuse.
But I exercise from it, so I get some benefit from it.
That's still animal abuse in my perspective.
And
So
it's wrong, right?
it's wrong. It's very wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why is it then not wrong to do the same to cows?
Well, scientifically speaking, meat is something important. Cow, it's not a pet because it's There's a like circle kind
Exercising, scientifically speaking, exercising is something very important.
No,
Therefore,
but you
when I
can-
punch a dog to death, it's
of
very.
meat is something else. Meat which you need for like daily thing.
Oh, you don't need it, no. I'm actually studying to be a certified nutritionist, and I can tell you for a fact that we
Okay.
don't need any animal products. We can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet.
Well, being vegan is your thing, like vegetarian, like being.
But
a
you say you're
non-vegetarian.
against animal abuse.
Well, slaughtering a cow, well, it's not animal abuse,
Also,
basically.
so putting
Okay,
cutting
what? Okay,
somebody's
what?
throat is not
Okay,
abuse.
okay, okay. You know the food cycle, right? It cannot survive.
How would you define abuse?
Okay. Do you know the food cycle?
There's no such thing as the food cycle.
Food cycle.
I think you mean the life cycle or
Life
whatever.
cycle of any animals. It should be
You mean the
eaten,
trophic
consumed
chain?
by- yeah.
Do
It
you
should
know what
be
the trophic
consumed
chain
by-
is?
But are you vegetarian?
Do you know what the trophic chain is? 'Cause
No,
you mentioned
I
it.
don't know.
So then why do you use it in an argument if you don't know what it means?
Okay, okay. Let's say each of a life cycle of an animal has to be eaten by something. Well,
Okay.
if not, you will be overpopulated.
Who do you have to be eaten by?
Well, in the forest, there's a life cycle, right?
So
A
no.
food
Who do you
cycle.
have to be eaten by?
No. There's a food cycle, right? To
In the
survive.
forest.
Okay. Let's take the men. Did they survive in the earlier days without just like with
No,
the
no. Today, who do you have to be eaten by?
Well, people are the like.
So not everyone has to
Not
be eaten by
everyone.
someone.
Yes, it's like your own wish. If you
Okay,
want, you
okay.
can have it.
Okay,
If
so
not,
there's
then-
no such thing as life of a food cycle, right?
Yeah.
Like we choose to call it the food cycle, but the reality is, if you can choose to not kill somebody, why would you choose to ever kill somebody? Like if you can thrive on a plant-based diet,
Well, that's
why
up
would
to you.
choose to kill?
Because if you choose to be like 100% human, you want to survive on foods, yeah,
So
be
you
you.
think it should be up to somebody if they want to kill somebody else or not?
Yeah, for like valid reasons.
So
Like
should
for
people-
exercising, killing the dog, I would not agree.
Oh.
But for like
So why is that
survival-
not a valid reason?
For exercising, that's
Yeah.
not a valid reason. That's
Why?
a stupid reason for me. That's my perspective. You can have your own
But
perspective.
from my perspective, it's a stupid reason to harm animals for food.
Yeah,
Right?
let it
Because you
be.
have alternatives. It's the same thing. You
I
have
don't give a shit
alternatives.
about that.
But how's your logic? Why do you call it a stupid? Why do you call mine a stupid reason instead yours? Where's the
Well,
logic coming from?
That's this logical way of thinking, bro.
But what's that logic? Explain to me that logic.
That's the sixth sense, which you choose between good or bad. Basically, that's it.
It's not a sixth sense. It's something that you have a logic behind. Why do you say it's
Well,
bad?
how do
Okay,
you say a
let
thing
me
is
just
good or
put it
bad?
this way: if I do exactly the same thing to a cow,
Okay.
I hang a cow by their leg and punch them to death. Why is
Well-
that bad? Is that bad?
Well, that's up to you because that's for me it's cruelty. Well, you are taking it for meat, which is something else.
Well, how is it? What's the difference?
Well, meat is for survival.
Oh no. Do you
For
eat meat
you.
for survival?
Yeah, I do. How about you? That's up
Well,
to your thing.
Well, no, that's not right. Because for survival, would it be fair for me to kill
Well,
a human
see,
being for
see,
survival?
I need protein. I'm eating some meat shit. That doesn't. I don't
But
give a
you-
shit about others.
But you can get. So listen, you can get absolutely all the macro and micronutrients that you need from a plant-based diet.
I don't want it. I'll go for a meat.
So you choose.
Yes.
So you choose to kill them. So
Yeah.
it's not survival. It's choice.
It's a choice. Yeah.
So why do you make this choice?
Because I want to. I love eating meat.
There you go. So there's no difference between you and if I were to do this to a dog, there would be no difference.
If you want to eat dog,
So
go
you're
ahead.
you're essentially doing exactly what I said. Somebody taking a dog, keeping them by the leg and punching them to death every day. You're doing the same thing but to different cows and for a different purpose.
We are not punching them. We are just slaughtering them. There's a
Oh,
big
you're
difference.
just putting a knife to their throat. I'm sorry. There's
Yeah.
a difference. Yeah.
That's the
right.
difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you take it scientifically, you are abusing. You are mentally like, if you are slaughtering
'cause,
the knife, you
putting
don't
a
feel the
knife to
pain.
their throat is not abusive.
No, it's like killing. It's
Oh,
like
you don't feel the
slaughtering.
pain.
It's slaughtering.
Where do the pain receptors go through?
It's through the neck. Google it and see.
Yeah, and where through the neck? Through the blood?
To the brain.
Where do they go through?
The brain.
Yeah, because they cut the jugular, they cut
yes,
the blood.
and you don't feel it after
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Really?
Yes. Google it and see.
Would you be surprised to find out that actually pain receptors go through the spine, not through the...
No, it's through the middle of the neck. You slaughter it quickly.
to the
Just
middle
Google
of
it
the
and
neck.
see. The
Oh,
pain
okay.
resistance is for 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's why they struggle when they die, because they feel so calm and so
You
painless.
don't feel the pain.
Yeah.
But
Would
they
it be
struggle.
fair to kill you if you wouldn't feel pain?
That's a totally different story which you're talking about.
No,
okay,
no,
I'm
you
leaving
said that
alone.
it's okay to
Let's-
kill
let's
animals.
just talk
No,
these
thank
stupid
you. I don't want to fist bump animal abusers. I tried to trigger him a little bit. Yeah, I mean, at some point the conversation went a little bit off the rails. I should have corrected it. But Alexandra says well done. It wasn't well done, Alexandra. I know it wasn't well done, but I wanted to I wanted to show the inconsistencies in his logic, but he just had to go from one point to another, and then I guess I fell into his trap. That's okay. That's okay. We'll do better next time. We're learning. We're learning. That's what we're doing. And to everybody else who's here, you know what? If you're enjoying this journey of me learning how to, I don't know, humiliate people who choose to abuse animals continuously, then hey, hit that subscribe, hit that like, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm going live again. RV says your arguments aren't strong enough, says RV. RV, you are always welcome, RV. Please contact me and we can always debate. We can always. I am open for all debates, and that goes for everybody who's here. If you think you have better arguments, if you think your arguments are so good against being vegan, then you are always welcome to come and debate me. But don't be surprised if I bring out statistics, if I bring out empirical data, because, hey, that's what I base my arguments on, science. Okay? RV says wouldn't be a good lawyer. RV, you know what? I forgot to tell you. I don't think that I care too much about your opinion or whether I would be a good lawyer or not. But hey, I appreciate you being here, RV. Thank you for being here. I think I'm so annoying sometimes to some people, but I become a little bit annoying when people are like this, when they're like, they try to say dumb stuff, to do, hey, they try to do oh, Chip will debate on stream, off stream. Yeah, I can debate no matter what, yeah. If they need to, it's morally excusable. Exactly. If they need to, it's morally excusable. That's one way of seeing it. So, if I need, right? You want to try a social experiment? Oh, come on, love it. What a cute little dog.
Thank you.
What's his or her name?
Her name is Ginger.
Her name is Ginger.
Yeah.
By the way, are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Okay, hi.
Yeah, okay, so I'll turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
No.
No, why not?
Because why would you want to abuse the animals? What have they ever done to you?
Maybe you get some benefit from it.
I don't care about the benefit. I would never hurt no one.
Okay. How would you define abuse?
Anything that's against their will, it's abuse for me. I mean, I agree sometimes people say she's spoiled, but I'm just letting her be herself, and I don't want her to put some boundaries on her and like put her in a cage or anything. So I respect other people, so I'm always trying to have her on a short leash so she cannot go to people and do any trouble or something, but she's still a dog, so if she wants to bark or smell something, it's like her nature to do that.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, what can you tell me more about Ginger? Is Ginger, does she have some things that she likes in particular?
Sleeping. She likes sleeping and she likes a lot to eat.
Okay.
She's 9 years old. She has a heart disease, which has made her a little bit slower than the last time, but she's still very active. And she likes to always sleep between my legs. So she always comes in bed and puts herself between my legs and just sleeps there, which is very uncomfortable for me, but very comfortable for her.
Very comfortable for her. Does Ginger have anything that she's afraid of?
She's afraid of lighters.
Okay.
And fireworks, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Which is I think it's very nice here, the electric fireworks they want to do. And also Dubai this year is going to make fireworks from drones? Drones? Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's very nice because we live in Germany and there's only fireworks. It's very loud.
Oh, it's going to be loud here also. Be prepared. Yeah, it always is. I hope not loud.
That's the only thing. She's very afraid of fireworks and lighters. Every time I'm trying to light a candle or something, she always runs away and hides herself.
Do you consider Ginger as part of your family? How do you see her?
She's my child.
She's your child. You see her part of the family. Okay,
yes,
I like
course.
that. Do you think that if Ginger were to be not your pet, but like or your animal companion or your child as you see it, but rather just her on her own somewhere else, would it be fair for somebody to abuse her?
No.
No, of course not. So then I'm just going to pivot to how do you feel about other animals like cows, chickens, pigs?
The same.
The same,
yeah.
right?
I don't eat any animals. I don't drink or eat any of the products that are made of animals. And
Oh, are you vegan?
Yes.
Oh.
And I
There you
always
go.
I always watch documentaries with animals and stuff, and I cry like a baby because I think it's like very sad to just abuse something who has done nothing to you. It's just existing in his or hers or its environment, and you're the one who's going in their environment and disturbing it, and then you're also abusing them instead of them abusing you.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And then when a shark is eating a person, like, oh, sharks eat people. No, you stupid person went to the sea and disturbed this animal, and that's why he's just trying to protect his own home. Like,
We actually kill way more sharks.
yeah,
than
the sharks kill people. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And there's also a lot other stuff like, I don't know, drunk accidents where most people are killed there in contrast to sharks.
Exactly. So why are you vegan, can I ask?
Because first it started many years ago because I just stopped liking the flavor of meat and fish and stuff. And then as I got older, also because when you're a kid, I don't think you can really understand the concept of being protective of animals and why you're doing that. And then as I got older and started to inform myself more about this stuff, then I realized it's not fair to them and people don't need meat to survive.
Exactly.
So I think it started as an act of survival in the very, very early years. But nowadays people don't need to go hunt anymore. We get everything we need very easily. So maybe we should stop eating the animals because we don't need them anymore.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
thank
that.
you.
Do you speak up for animals? Do you do any form of activism?
I do a lot of organizations where I donate money on them. Also, not only with animals, also with children and stuff. That's where most of my money goes in a month. That's where almost all end of the month I don't have any money for meal, but I don't care because I like to help helpless people. I like to help people the most I can, and it's something that many of people of my family or my friends say I should stop doing that, but it fulfills me so much. So I don't care so much about myself.
But have you considered like doing activism, like speaking to people on the street, and like maybe I'm sitting alone, but there's several organizations where you go with other activists and you speak on the behalf of animals and try to get people to go vegan so
Yeah.
that they don't exploit other
There's
animals?
like organizations in the city where I come from.
Yeah, like Anonymous for the Voiceless, right?
Yeah,
And,
so we
We
also
the
go
Free.
and demonstrate on the streets.
And you
when it's
participate
like,
in
yeah,
those?
yes,
Oh,
of course.
perfect.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing to say to you.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all I do. All I wanted was
That was a social
that
experiment?
I just do
I
a social
passed?
experiment
Okay.
where I try to get people to see their connection with animals and try to see them to get them to see that farm animals are just or farmed animals, not farm animals. Farmed animals are just the same, are innocent sentient beings,
Yes,
just the
of
same as
course.
all other animals.
Yeah.
And they're deserving the same amount of respect as all other
Exactly.
animals.
I wish I could have a cow in my apartment, to be honest, or
They're
a little
very cute.
pig. I would love that.
I agree.
But it's not allowed, so
Yeah.
the dog is okay
I
for
love
now.
It. I love seeing a vegan person. You're here on a vacation in Amsterdam?
Yes, yes.
Nice. I recommend Vegan Sushi Bar. Have
Which-
you tried it here in Amsterdam?
No.
It's called Vegan Sushi Bar.
Okay, great.
It's-
Easy to remember.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's
Okay, great.
delicious. Okay,
We'll
well,
go check this place.
thank you so much
Thank
for,
you too.
for being vegan and
Thank you.
yeah, keep speaking up for animals.
Thank
keep being
you, you
vegan.
too. You're
Yeah,
doing a great
yeah,
job.
We'll continue doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Ginger?
Ginger.
Say
Bye, Ginger. Bye, Ginger. Yes, Ginger's a good girl. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Bye. You too. Bye. There you go. See? Roya Stems, give her your socials. Ah, damn it. She was with somebody. So, that's okay. Lewis says, Chip, get her number. Lewis, that would be kind of immoral for me to do that when I'm here. I explained it. When I'm doing activism, it feels wrong to ask for somebody's number, regardless of if I like them or not, right? So I don't think it would be wise for me to do that. But hey, I think I'm done, everybody, because I need to go to the bathroom. And last time I waited until it was too late. Well, it was never too late. It was just painful. And it's already pretty cold, so if somebody comes while we're ending this, we'll try it. But if not, hey, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. That was a nice conversation to end on. It's nice to see other vegans, and it's nice to see other people reacting and saying the right things, speaking up for animals, and it gives me hope, right? It gives us hope. Great way to end, says Felix. Exactly, great way to end. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're. Thank you so much for everybody who donated. Oh my God! Thank you so much for all the super chats. It's just amazing. I never know what to say to those, so I appreciate that. Thank you for all the moderators who have been in the chats and have been doing all the work. Thank you for everybody who was in the chat and having conversations with people. And thank you for everybody who is newly subscribed, who's just joining here. And I hope you will subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you're not vegan, please consider animals. Please look into it, do your documentation, and go vegan. Stop exploiting animals. They all deserve respect. They all deserve body autonomy. So go vegan. And if you are vegan, do something for the animals. Do some form of activism, okay? Sama, are you a small baby? I'm not a small baby. I don't know what that is. But yeah. Like, oh, there's somebody hit that like and we got to 100. Thank you so much everybody for getting to that 100 likes, okay? And hey, if you want to get to that subscriber count up also, I would appreciate it also. So hit that subscribe. Hey, if you're liking it, hit that notification bell. We're gonna do this again on Sunday. So yeah, we'll see you again on Sunday. And if any of you non-vegans wants to debate me, please, my Instagram is real chip guy. Contact me on Instagram and let's set up a date and let's debate. Okay? That's all we want. If you want to debate, that's fine. Or if you want to have a conversation with me, that's also fine. We don't need a debate. We can also have conversations, okay? The reason why I stand here and I have these live streams is to hopefully for the people watching to also kind of understand the points of veganism, okay? So please, Sensi, thank you so much, Sensi. Stop it with the super chats, everybody. Thank you so much, Sensi. I don't know how to react to that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah. ZZZ says, lol, ever been on a farm? Yeah, I have, ZZZ. I have been in plenty of farms. But again, ZZZ, if you want to contact me, real chip guy, and tell me what's your argument for needlessly exploiting animals, and we can have a conversation. We can do it live. We can debate. We can do whatever we want. I'm up for it. You know, I just try to speak on behalf of animals. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you again on Sunday. Okay? I'll see you on Sunday. Don't sweat. We'll be here again. We'll do some more activism. We'll discuss some more people, and yeah, we will enjoy it. Okay? Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good one, and Merry Christmas to everybody who's late on it. I don't know if I should say that, but whatever. Merry Christmas.